Hello. Hi. Getting your chat up.
So I've been meaning to ask. This chapter is a lot. I guess my question regarding that would be, is the trial any better than the investigation, or is it worse?
Did you see my tweet?
I did not.
I describe it as a mess.
Oh boy, looking forward to that.
Yeah, I mean, let's just start. Let's just go. There is some stuff I'm looking forward to talking about during this. But this trial is a mess.
Okay, so let me look at the truth bullets again. So there's the footprints. So it's feet trial part 2. There's the bat, the bottles in the trash can, the mask, which is supposedly tied to that serial killer.
You say supposedly like there's gonna be some other solution to it.
Okay, well, it probably is, but that doesn't necessarily mean that this person was the serial killer.
I mean, was Seo ever the killer?
No.
Exactly. It would be cliche to have a serial killer do the killing.
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot that, like, there were clues in the game. There was the broken window, the fish tank.
That's, generally considered the most contentious part of this trial, I think. It's just the way that, the game factors in.
Okay,
contentious is a bit of a nice way to put it, actually. People think it's bad.
Yeah, we're just gonna go. I don't know if I even really have, like, many, like, you know, I don't have a galaxy brain hypothesis for this. It's just kind of...
for the spreadsheet you had, Fuyuhiko... Was that it? I could have sworn you had someone else.
I think the two who were, like, most suspicious were Fuyuhiko, and, I think the other one I would have said was Akane, just because, like, I don't know why she had blood on her. And I don't know if, like, to take her word about doing stuff with Nekomaru at face value or not.
Anyway, I have Fuyuhiko on the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I think that's where I'm, like, leaning the most. I can say with absolute certainty that it was not Hiyoko. And if it turns out to be that, then I will be floored.
Then you will be what?
I'll be floored.
I can be a better liar than you think. But Hiyoko did come up in our post streams. And things were said. Hello, Umbrella System. Hello, Cosmic Kitsune.
I see is it Ame's Dorito? I don't know what the first part of that is, but
Amez.
Amez.
Amez is how I would say it.
That's a good question. Who cares about that game?
Nobody cares about it. You can't how to pronounce it either. That's fair. That just means that whatever we come up with is fine.
Instead of focusing on the trial, I just try to think of a bunch of different bullshit ways to pronounce that name.
Yeah, let's play the trial.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are starting with the video game.
Some of us are characters in a game, and it's not even the gamer.
Uh-huh. I think Chiaki would be very happy to exist in a video game.
Damn, you know, if only she did. Who is Sato?
Sato's cool.
First character the player was able to control was Girl A. The true identity of Girl A. What? We're already at this point?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even remember their personalities. Let's see. I don't think it was Mahiru. I don't think it was Hiyoko. Is it? I'm probably gonna be wrong. We're off to a great start. Oh, maybe I'm right.
Got it in one.
積み木みかんのはずだ。私ですか？そのおどおどした口調がまさに英子とそっくりなんだ。
Definitely sounds like Girl A.
スタッフロールの中にあった名前の中から選ぶなら、英子はお前以外には考えられない。
Why am I in a video game?
そうならプライバシー権の侵害です。ゲロ豚ゴミカス女にプライバシー権なんてあるわけないじゃん。
Jeez.
That's very similar to Ryamu, who lacks any human rights.
Oh my god.
That's actually a thing, by the way.
Yeah, I don't know Idolmaster stuff, and I feel like I'm better off.
I don't know Idolmaster either, but but I know Ryamu, and I know that Ryamu is a very mimetic character.
Oh no, the one who said what? The one who said what? I wasn't paying attention. I was like half paying attention. Girl fucking B.
Yeah. Have you heard of Steven Universe? Yeah, I'm a fan of Steven Universe. And you started watching it with your roommate recently, right?
Yeah. I'm like 16 episodes in. We just got to the one where there was like an Utena reference and a bunch of other
There's gonna be
references.
many of those. There's gonna be many of those. But yeah, I'm a fan. It's a good show.
Short and foul mouth. That's the complete opposite of me. I love her. See, that's one thing I feel like a potential positive of this trial is like, I feel like it has the potential for like Hiyoko to genuinely be like one of my favorites.
This isn't where she gets her good development.
Well, it's not even necessarily that like she can't still. I don't know. But like obviously she had a connection to Mahiru, so like something maybe. I don't know.
Oh, it was the year anniversary of it ending yesterday. I never watched Future or even the movie. So
oh, Future. This is very relevant to the Danganronpa 2 discussion.
Yeah. Mirai.
I love you, Ibuki. You're great. No comment from Chiaki. Okay, so Girl D, there's only one person who always
Yeah.
camera
You
with
don't
them.
need to be an Idolmaster fan to know Ryamu. Ryamu has sort of developed a culture of her own outside of Idolmaster.
Why are we skipping Girl E? I feel like that's an important piece of information, Komaeda.
You'll come back to it.
Another person? This is true. So at least we're explaining that part relatively quickly.
Yeah.
まったりや。なぜくずりを2回も言うんじゃ。
間違えたわけじゃないよ。スタッフロールにそうあったんだ。
Yep, this is fact.
ゲームをクリアした日向くんならわかるよね。
It's true, I have a hunch, but you're definitely someone I shouldn't mess with. It's probably because he had a little sister.
これで証明できる。
Yup,
あのゲームにはクズ竜と
she's the
そ
ultimate
の
little
妹の
sister.
クズ竜も出てたからじゃないのか。
Oh.
Yeah.
妹ってなんだ？
Hello,
ゲームの中
Shutdown.
で FO はこんなことを言ってたんだ。その言葉からして FO に妹がいたのは間違いないはずだ。しかもその妹も実際にゲームに登場していたんだ。
Gee, I wonder who could have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Who
do you think did it?
Clearly, there was a 17th student, and it was the little sister's ghost. The only character in the game I could see being Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
I appreciate that they didn't have Girl E as an option there because I imagine that would have tripped a lot of people up.
Hmm.
あの時の口調からしていい子が FO の妹じゃないのは明らかだよね。
Okay.
となれば残るのは最初に死んだ女子高生だけ。だから彼女がクズリの妹ってこと。
So then, if Mahiru is girl D, then who is girl E?
Who is the one person that hasn't been assigned to a character in the game?
Sato?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Girl E is Sato.
This is getting confusing. We're like 12 minutes in and this is already getting confusing.
Don't worry, it's gonna get worse.
Yay. Hey, Bar.
だからこそ動機になり得るんだし。ふざけたこと言ってんじゃねえぞこら。あいつがそう簡単にくたばるようなやつが俺がとっくにぶち殺してるっつんだよ。
Wait, who are we talking about right now?
His sister.
What? Kill her myself? Hello?
He's too much of a bitch to have actually done that.
Wait.
それは記憶がなくなったから
Mm-hmm.
そう思い込んでるだけなのでは
Yes.
So she sent him off when he like went to Hope's Peak. So are they gonna try to say that like this event happened in? I guess that's the thing is like with the missing memories, it would have had to have happened at Hope's Peak.
Yeah.
Or
We have no idea how long they were at Hope's Peak.
True.
So a lot could have happened.
お前だよ。随分とクズリを疑っておるようじゃが、お前さんはそいつが犯人だと思ってるんか。
Yeah, Fuyuhiko is the killer.
I mean, like, of the characters who are left, I think it's like, at least like with Nekomaru, he killed my stream, so I have like something of an opinion on him. But Fuyuhiko is the only one left who's just kind of like there.
Mm-hmm. And so then he's going to be the murderer here, and then there's going to be a big twist with him, and that's his personality.
Girl A is Mikan, Girl B is Hyoko, Girl C is Ibuki, Guy F is Fuyuhiko. So Girl E is Sato, then who the fuck is Sato?
Sato is the person who killed Natsumi and also Natsumi's girlfriend.
Who the fuck is Natsumi?
That's Fuyuhika's little sister.
となると
Um, she gets a name in the
に
anime.
なるわけだけど
I see.
まさかその佐藤さんってご飯が好きなあの
Ha-
佐藤さんっすか
How do you know that she likes white rice? Hello?
I suspect that's a reference to something.
Probably. Probably.
どの佐藤さんを言ってるのかわからないけど
I don't think she's relevant to this
私
case.
たちとは関係ない人みたいだよ
地味な名前つながりで田中と関係してたりな
Tanaka?
Tanaka is a very basic last name.
I see.
Like when I was doing like Duolingo stuff, like Tanaka was just one of the default names they had in there.
I see.
ねえそんなことより早くゲーム本編の謎について話し合ってよ
Along with like Sakura.
奥さん知らないのあのいい子さんって殺されたらしいわよいや本当に殺されたなんて物騒よねもうなんでこんな
Not necessarily.
Yeah, you can commit murder in non-violent ways. So is Tanaka like the equivalent of Jones or Smith?
そのいい子の殺人
Yeah. That's sort of it. It's just like
謎なのだな
a really common name
じゃ
that
あサクッと終わらせちゃおうか
a lot of people
まずは
have and
いい
just
子が
doesn't really
殺され
stand
た
out.
理由から片付けよう
Mm-hmm.
Like Kobayashi would be another example of this. Because it's just
Oh,
like there's just a lot of people with the name Kobayashi.
The reason she was killed. Oh, I guess that could be?
そうか
Okay.
いい
Yeah.
子が殺された理由はあいつが最初の女子高生を殺した犯人だったからだ
Okay.
つまりいい
Simple
子は
revenge.
最初の女子高生の復讐として殺されたくずりゅう君はどう思ういい子は君の妹さんの復讐で殺されたんだ
I mean, like, I guess it does make sense that, like, the two victims in the game are characters who are not in the Danganronpa cast, because if they're already dead,
Yeah,
they
yeah, no,
couldn't
they're-
be
they-
here.
They are already dead.
話なんざなんとも
They
思わない
cannot be in this game.
けどよ
They
That just
should-
makes me more confused of, like, why a murder happened out of this then.
That'll become kind of obvious. And at the same time, it even having watched the anime, like, doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, sometimes people just murder each other for petty reasons.
音楽室で起きた殺人だねそういう流れになるかと思ったから用意しておいたよほら最初の事件の舞台となった音楽室周辺をマップにしてみたんだ
Chiaki be like, I studied, I did my homework.
I played
Ah.
the video game.
I'll study if it involves playing a video game. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
a broken vase, broken window. Okay.
意外とマメなことするんだな
レトロゲームマニアにはマッピング
Especially when her other character trait is just like being sleepy all the time. It's a little surprising to see her like put in this much effort.
Yeah, but also, like, she doesn't want to die.
Well, I mean, true, but somebody else could do it for her.
Could they? Like, this is ties into her talent.
I suppose so.
こっちの説明に集中してくれ
じゃあまずは事件の流れを説明するね
I guess it's just she's taking a more active role in the game than I would have expected from, like, you know, initial first impressions, because she's like, oh, I'm busy
that's-
playing my games.
That's fair.
A 子と B 子と
Which, I
C
mean,
子と D 子
yeah,
の
this
4
is
は
one focusing on a game, so I suppose it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, there is an anticipation in my chat for an upcoming moment.
Oh.
Specifically for your reaction to it.
Oh, like soon?
Yeah.
2階の音楽室の前にはいい子がいて、
Okay.
今の音は音楽室の中から聞こえたと証言してくれた。でも音楽室のドアは鍵がかかってて入れなかった。だからリーコが職員室まで鍵を取りに行って、ようやく5人は音楽室に入ることができたんだけど、そこには頭を殴られて殺された女子高生の死体があったんだよ。
And
So I forget, why did you mention the character from the third game in relation to this character?
Kaede? It's because she
Yeah.
looks very similar to Kaede.
音楽室の窓ガラスが割られて
Do you have Discord up?
犯人はそこから逃げたと。
Do you have Discord up? I'll send like Kaide's sprite.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it's just like the two look very similar.
玄関ホールで聞いた
I
ガ
see.
ラスの割れるような音がそれだったんだってね。しかもいい子のスクール水着が盗まれてたから、窓から逃げた犯人は変質者だってことになったんだよ。こんな感じでどうかな。
Just like the
Ah, yeah. I see it.
there is differences, but it's like the hair like is very striking.
Mm-hmm.
実にわかりやすい説明だったよ。さすがは攻略上手の超高校級のゲーマーさんだね。
でも変質者じゃないですよね。本当の犯人はいい子さんなんですよね。
そんなもん。いい子が音楽室で女子高生を殺した後に廊下に出て他の連中を迎えただけじゃろ。
Okay.
音楽室の鍵は外からかけたんすか？なら職員室にあった鍵が必要っすね。
つまりいい子はその鍵を隠し持っておったんじゃ。廊下に出た直後にその鍵で施錠したという戦法よ。
ですが、その直後にリーコさんは職員室まで音楽室の鍵を取りに行っていましたよね。
I like the knife and fork over Terra Terra.
Yeah. In both this game and V3, like you get these more creative. I don't know what to call those things, but you get more creative versions of them.
Interesting.
Just not for everyone, but it's like there are some characters where you get interesting ones.
他の連中より先に音楽室の前まで回り込んだんじゃ。
校舎の外から音楽室に戻るなら、他の4人がいた玄関ホールを通らないとダメなんだよ。
じゃあ、わしゃもう知らん。
おっさんが拗ねても可愛くねえぞ。
ねえ、本当に犯人っていい子なの？全然答えにたどり着かないじゃん。
What did Girl E do after? I'm kind of lost.
We're like 20 minutes into the trial, and this is the first bullet minigame.
Yeah.
Because there was just a bunch of multiple questions, or multiple choice and answer questions at the start.
どうしたのかな。
音楽室の窓ガラスを割って外に脱出しただけだろ。
Okay.
そこからいい子はどうやって音楽室の前まで戻ったのよ。
外から音楽室の前まで戻るには玄関ホールを通る必要があるんだよ。しかも玄関ホールには他の4人がいたはずです。
彼女らはその玄関ホールで窓ガラスの割れる音を聞いたのだったな。
どうやってその4人を追い越して音楽室の前まで戻ったんだ？
きっと隠し通路があったんす。トワイライトの隠し通路は世界一。
That definitely feels like a reference.
Find the clue that will clarify what Girl D did after.
What, Girl E?
Oh, Girl E. I'm already kind of lost.
音
Uh-huh.
楽室で女子高生を殺した
Don't worry.
Uh,
We are close to the worst. If you want, I can give you the answer.
probably, because I'm
Broken
just
base.
like grasping at straws.
Broken base photo. window shattering.
音楽室の前まで戻って
Okay.
外から音楽室の前まで戻るには玄関ホールを通る必要
Go
が
through
あ
the
るんだよ。
entrance hall.
あの玄関ホールには他の4人がいたはずです。
Other 4 girls.
彼女らはその玄
Oh,
関
they should have heard the thing.
窓ガラスの割れる音を聞いた。
それは違う。
I'm not giving you a hint for the next one.
Okay.
そもそも彼女たちが玄関ホールで聞いたのは
Unless we're here for like 10 minutes.
Okay, they didn't hear the window breaking. And what broke to make that sound? The vase. Okay.
花瓶だよ。
Are they gonna say the window was already broken?
事件後に音楽室の隣の教室から割れた花瓶が発見されたらしいんだ。
4人が聞いたガラスが割れたような音って音楽室の窓ガラスじゃなくてその花瓶が割れる音だったんだよ。
Okay.
実はね、あの事件は4人が玄関ホールに集まった時点でほぼ終わってたんだ。
Nearly finished by the time they met in the entrance
リ
hall.
ーコは音楽室で女子高生を殺し、窓ガラスを割った後、職員室まで音楽室の鍵を取りに行った。
Except she didn't break the
その
window?
鍵で
Question
どっか
mark?
音楽室に鍵をかけた彼女はそれをまた職員室に戻し、
How would she have been able to do all that fast?
そして音楽室の前まで戻ってきたんだよ。あとは4人が玄関ホールに集まった頃合いを見計らって隣の教室で花瓶を割ればいいだけ。
Break the vase in the next door classroom. In the next door class.
あたかも
What?
The vase wasn't in the music room, it was in the room next door.
思わせるためか。
So they're saying that she broke the window to go out and get the key and come back and break the vase, and I'm like lost.
And then they heard the vase breaking, assumed it was the window. Everyone came running, and she followed.
And the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound.
なるほど、これで謎が解けましたね。
Has it though?
待ってよ、まだ謎は解けてないよ。
Haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet. Did she throw the fish tank at her?
I'm not giving you a hint here for the first like 5 or 10 minutes.
いいじゃないですか。
Mm-hmm.
もう犯人は分かったんだし。
Who cares about the murder weapon? Found out who the killer was.
This isn't the most complicated case in the franchise. No, it definitely isn't, and this isn't the most confusing bullet time battle in the entire franchise. Chad is hyped for this.
Let's figure out the weapon.
でかかった大便のようだからの。つまり気色悪いんじゃ。
What are you saying, Nekomaru?
He's saying words.
A lot of the characters are saying words right now.
Yeah.
The weapon is pretty unconventional. The fish tank. Please tell me it was the fish tank. An unconventional weapon that also appeared in the game. The vase? What else was in the game? Something I need to tell you regarding the white noise. Oh, you have to hit them multiple times now? That's kind of garbage.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay. A guy named Gun something. Apparently he has a skill that can increase the power of the silencer. Oh, okay. So if I talk to Gundam, I would be able to do the things. Let's fucking go. What is this bullshit I'm about to uncover?
Hey, look.
Was it the fucking swimsuit?
How would that? How would a swimsuit work?
I don't know. Broken glass. A blow to the head.
では水槽でどついたのです。
I feel like maybe it's the fish tank.
Uh-huh.
Too big to be a weapon? You say that. The piano. Okay, so my options were the fish tank. I forget what the first one was already.
Shards of Glass was the first one.
Shards of
逆に
glass.
砂利で殴ったって線はどう？
The gravel?
殴り殺すのに使っ
With
た凶器なら
gravel?
血まみれになってるはず
It
だぞ
should have had blood stains.
血まみれの凶器なんてありましたっけ？
Was there a weapon with blood
拳で
stains on
殴り
it?
殺したんすよ。
There was a bat.
Well, the bat was what killed Girl E, not feeding
Oh,
your
girl
sister.
E. Okay.
We're talking about
Unconventional
Natsuki's death,
weapon.
not Sato's.
Apparently, it appeared in the game.
音楽室にあった凶器
Escape route, swimsuit, vase.
割れたガラスの破片でどうよ
I'm going all in on this.
Uh-huh.
死因はオーダじゃねえのか？
では水槽でどついたのです。
Oh wait, I forgot how the mechanic worked.
Yeah.
That's right, I just shoot it because it's consent. So it's the same as...
Yeah. You can speed this up, remember.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
音楽室にあった凶器割れたガラスの破片でどうよ
死
Okay.
因はオーダじゃねえのか？
では水槽でどついたのです。
Okay, it was not.
Yep.
Or at least I didn't have the right clue.
Nope. Either
Okay, so
either
broken
you
glass-
had the wrong either you had the wrong bullet, you picked the wrong agreed point, or
死因
both of
は
those are
オーダじゃ
wrong.
ねえのか？
では水槽でどついたのです。
I'm not giving up on the fish tank.
Mm-hmm.
音楽室にあった凶器ね
Escape route, swimsuit,
割れたガラスの破片でどう
broken
よ
vase, crime scene photo. So, okay, it wasn't either of these, so it's probably
では
not
水
the
槽で
fish
ど
tank.
ついたのです。
Uh-huh.
狂気にするにはで
I'm just sitting here grinning.
あのピアノさらにでかくなってど調べが奏でる宇宙の型
スケール的にもでかいぞと
逆に砂利で殴ったって線はどう？
With gravel. Where was there gravel?
In the fish tank.
血まみれになってるはずだぞ
血まみれの凶器なんてありましたっけ？
拳で殴り殺したんすよ。
With her fists? I
It's
guess
like-
that's a possibility.
Because, like, fish tanks have gravel at the bottom, you know?
Okay, let's try this. I'm not giving up on the fucking fish tank.
Mm-hmm.
調べが奏でる宇宙
スケール的にもでかいぞと
逆に砂利で殴ったって線はどう？
Nope, okay. Still wrong. Isn't gravel too small? Obviously, a blood all over it, that's true. She's smashed her head through the window? Let's see. Crime scene photo. Oh, escape! Okay, I think I get it.
死因はオーダじ
Maybe.
ゃねえのか？
Maybe.
狂気にするならあのさらにでかく
調べが奏でる
スケール的
逆に砂利で殴っ
殴り殺すの血まみれになっ
血まみれの凶器
Wait, but there weren't any blood stains on the window that I recall.
Nope, there weren't.
So it probably wasn't the window.
No, in that case, it probably wouldn't be.
音楽室にあった凶器ね割れたガラスの破片でどうよ
I literally don't know.
死因はオーダじゃねえのか？
I'm gonna let you sit on this
で
for
は
a
水
bit
槽
longer
でどついたのです。
before giving you the answer.
Are you gonna let my time run out?
I might have that be what happens. Like, if you can't figure it out by the time that your time runs out, I'll just kill you.
調べが奏でる宇宙
Okay, broken fish tank, killer's escape route, stolen swimsuit, broken vase, crime
逆に
scene
砂利で殴ったっ
photo.
て線はどう？
殴り殺すのに使った凶器なら血まみれになってるはずだぞ
血まみれの凶器
拳で殴り殺したんすよ。
Unconventional weapon. Apparently it appeared in the game. So what appeared in the game was the fish tank. Um,
音楽室にあった凶器ね
the
割れたガラ
vase?
スの破片でどうよ
死因はオーダじゃねえのか？
では水槽でどついたのです。
Okay, so it's not the
狂
fish
気にす
tank.
るにはでかすぎる
ならあのピアノ
さらに
I do actually need to be shooting down this white noise
逆に砂利で
to
殴ったって線はどう？
not run out of time.
殴り
No,
gonna-
I just
使った凶器なら
I just killed 10
血まみれに
seconds.
なってる
血まみれの凶器か
You're
Alright,
gonna
cool.
run out of time anyway.
Yeah. Excellent.
Is that the
Hajime did
first
it.
Is that the first time that we ran out of time?
I think so.
We ran out of time on the Illuminati thing, but never on a bullet time battle. Anyway, third bullet, third agree point.
Third
like-
bullet, third agreed point.
Yep. Because the bullets are numbered.
Mm-hmm. So it was the swimsuit.
音楽室にあった凶器ね
So it wasn't broken glass. It wasn't the fish tank.
するにはあのピアノさらにでかく調べが奏でるスケール的にも
逆に砂利で殴ったって線はどう？
Ah, fuck you.
それに賛成だそうだ犯人は砂利を使って殴ったんじゃないか
What? I like my idea of just throwing the fish tank better.
I have that same idea too.
Ibuki for once has a brain cell.
Uh-huh.
選ばれてねえし砂利ってのもねえよになんねえだろ
その小さい砂利を袋のようなものに入れて使ったとしたらどうだ
Gravel put in a bag?
何の袋ですか？
凶器
Okay.
がゲーム内に登場したものってことはその袋もそうなんだろうなだったら考えられるのはスクール水着だ
The swimsuit was the bag?
Yup.
縛って袋状にしたスクール水着に砂利を詰めれば
What the
立派
fuck?
な凶器になるはずだぞ
What?
Yeah. It's so dumb.
The fish tank sounded a little more plausible than this.
Yeah.
スクール水着
Like-
に砂利をイン。なるほど、君も仰天の奇想天外なアイデア。
でも犯人にとっては
This
一石二鳥のアイデア
swimsuit full of gravel.
犯人を変質者に見せかけるためにはスクール水着は盗まれてた方が都合がいいし容器に使う袋だって後で処分しなきゃいけないもんね
どうだモノクマこれで満足か
自分が作ったミステリーゲームを解いてもらえる
I don't feel happy solving that mystery. I don't feel like I've really learned anything. It's just kind of like,
けど
oh,
本当
I
に大事な
mean,
話はここ
You know that
その
Natsumi
リーコさんには共犯者という事
Fujika's
実
sister
が
died, and you know that
そ
Sato
れが
killed
実
her.
はリーコさんだ
by hitting her over the head with a swimsuit full of gravel.
Yup.
Just saying that out loud is like, what?
Uh-huh.
お姉が共犯者って何それ
The accomplice?
音楽室の事件の重要な手がかりだった
Vase
花瓶の破片それを処分したのがディーコだったんだ
Huh? Throw it away.
それにねそもそもリーコさんは
Oh, so that's why there was a separate scene
リーコ
focusing
さん
on
を
them.
守るためだったらしいんだ
Okay.
リーコさんは被害者の女子高生から
Oh.
男性を受けてた
Oh no. Oh no.
リーコさんはそれを知って止めようとしたんだけどそこで二人は口論になっちゃって
Oh no.
So, can you get why Sato, Natsumi, and Mahiru are sort of shipped together in varying
鈍器で殺してるんだし
varying configurations?
I mean, not really, but I mean, you know, they have a dynamic, I guess, of some sort.
Yeah.
それで引き返せなくなってしまったんです
Made her unconscious by accident?
You ever just accidentally fill a swimsuit full of gravel and hit someone over the head hard enough that they fall unconscious?
わかるんだ。それはそれで怖いっすね。
Happens to me all the time.
そのいい子のゲームの最終日である4日目に何者かによって殺されてしまうんだけど念のために聞いておこうかなそのいい子を殺したのって誰だと思う おそらく FO だったはずだ。
Okay.
So Fuyuhiko killed Sato, and then after seeing the game, he realized that he needed to kill Mahiru to really get everyone involved in his sister's death.
That seems too easy.
It does.
でもよ、その FO ってのは
たかがゲームの中の話だろ。そういうしかないよね。それが事実だと。くずりゅう君にとっては。
Yeah, I think the only other character who maybe like did something sus was like Mikan had some information from her autopsy that did not seem to match other things at the crime scene. So I mean, I guess I can like add her to like the background list of suspects.
Uh-huh. Hyoko is still considered suspicious, even if you don't suspect her.
I won't be suspicious of her until, you know, the game like flat out convinces me that, or you know, until the game is like, hey, she did it.
Uh-huh.
Until that point, I do not believe.
Yeah, this is a dumb trial. From chat. I'm glad, like, I'm glad we can agree that this trial is dumb.
散々な言われようだな。ま、慣れっこだけどよ。
だが、小泉の殺人は本当にそのゲームと関係あるのか?
I mean, because like if it is Fuyuhiko, this is at least like with the chapter 3 Celeste thing, like I predicted it was her, but I didn't feel like, I don't know, there was still
Anyone
like some
could want
mystery
money.
to it. And yeah, I guess like the motive is less specific to a particular character.
Whereas,
There's probably actually a lot of different comparisons I could make.
whereas this is like, this is something that has meaning to exactly like one small group of people. And is meaningless to everything else.
Important shared point with Girl E and Mahiru's murder. The bat. Come on, mouse.
これで証明できる。関係ないと考えるわけにもいかないんだ。少なくとも犯人はこのゲームをやってるはずだからな。その証拠にビーチハウスで殺されてた小泉、ゲームの中で殺されてたいい子も同じように金属バットで頭を殴られて殺されていた。この関連性を無視するわけにはいかないだろう。
最初の女子高生の復讐として同じように頭をかち割ることにこだわった結果だね。ねえ、もう白状しちゃいなよ。あんたが小泉お姉を殺したんでしょ。
いい加減にしやがれ。たかがゲームごときが動機になるわけねえだろ。
性能のあんたはそのゲームごときを信じ込んでその復讐のつもりでやったんだよ。
そうやって決めつけているだけでは話は堂々巡りだぞ。それに確かにクズリュウは怪しいが何かあからさますぎると思わないか?
I mean, yeah, this is what I've been thinking.
Yeah, it is a bit too obvious.
何が
That's part of why this trial sucks.
これは真犯人の罠という可能性もある。そういうことだ。
罠って何それ?
Is it a trap like in the sense of, oh, maybe somebody wrote Leon's name to frame Leon?
真犯人はそのゲームをやってそこに隠された人間関係を知るに至ったのだろう。そいつはそれを利用することでクズリュウを犯人に仕立て上げようとした
Who
の
would
だろう。
have been like galaxy brained enough to piece all that together and then like go a step further with it?
ゲームという動機を隠れ蓑にして全く別の犯人が小泉さんを殺したと?
Komaeda wouldn't do it.
He would piece it together though. And he's certainly galaxy brain enough.
わからないのか? お前こそがその真犯人ではないかと言っているんだ。
Peko, you're like way off.
なんだろう、もう笑うしかないっていうか。何言っちゃってんのかな。 のブサキもゲリピー女はさ。何言ってんのこのメガネブス。私が小泉お姉を殺したとか。ひどいよ。
なんでひよこちゃんを疑うんすか？西園寺が今日何をしていたか知ってるか？殺人現場のビーチハウスに行ってたんだ。
ビーチハウスなんかに行ってない。今日はずっとアリタン潰してたもん。
They're squishing ants.
Oh.
Was it the
何言ってん
footprints?
のこのメガネブス。私が小泉お姉を
Okay,
殺した
shower
とか。
room. What does the shower room have to do with anything?
ひどいよ。
Oh wait, actually no, that's the thing with the window. Which is also here. I'm confused. I think it's just the footprints.
殺人現場のビーチハウスに行って
Feet
た。
trial part 2.
ビーチハウスなんかに行ってない。
No!
ずっとアリタン潰してた。
Ah!
You just barely missed it.
何言ってんの。
Yeah.
私がこいなんでひよこ西園寺が今日な殺人現場のビーチハウスなんかに行ってない。
There we go.
それは違うぞ。
And I really don't like this whole bit of like accusing Hiyoko when she's probably the one who would be the most broken up about this.
Yeah?
I mean, we saw her running from the beach.
I think that's a fairly neutral piece of evidence,
ビーチハウスの前に
though.
残ってた足跡って
No, I mean like
足跡だよな。
that like I mean like I guess it could be neutral, but the fact that she ran away like ran off crying is more it was more to like she is broken up about this rather than like because like for your friend to be murdered and then also for you to be accused of doing that that's a lot.
西園寺さんの足跡じゃないの？
And Komaida was the one who got all the footprints.
君の部屋から採取させてもらった足跡はあの足跡とぴったり一致したんだけど。
Well, actually, everyone's except for Fuyuhiko's.
勝手に何してんのさこのロリコンキモ男。
Okay, yeah, she did say lolicon.
しかもそこに残っていた足跡はビーチハウスから出ていくものだけだった。
Facing away from the beach house.
足跡の人物がビーチハウスに入った時は別の入り口を使ったということだ。
Oh, so she climbed in through the window? I guess I never considered that as a possibility.
別の入り口。小泉さんがもたれかかってた道路側のドアですか。
Or that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that would be the obvious one.
ではその人物が入ってくるときまだそこには小泉の死体はなかったんじゃな。
入る時に使えたドアが出ていく時には使えなくなっていたということはつまりその間に何かがあったということだ。そうなんだろ西園寺。
あ、思い出した。ビーチハウスに行った時のことを思い出したよ。
ようやく白状する気になったか。
Stop accusing Hiyoko. Let's just get this over with already.
みんなは知ってると思うけど、私って朝の散歩が日課なんだ。
そんな日課は初耳っすよ。
Rip.
でね、ビーチハウスに行ったのはその時なんだよ。朝の散歩の時に行ったの。
そっか。朝の散歩の時なら事件とは関係ねえな。
Thank you, Akane.
Akane is a lesbian ally.
嘘なのか？
嘘つきおかわりする人。
She's straight, but she's a lesbian ally.
その人の方が嘘つきなんだよ。
People who call other people liars are usually liars themselves. This also kind of feels like a it reminds me of a thing in Hunter x Hunter where it's like, oh, I know that this person is a liar because I myself am really good at lying.
That's also similar to Kaiki, being the scammer who can who knows scams.
So what? So have we already gotten past like the most bullshit part with the game, or is there more?
Yeah, Swimsuit full of gravel is generally considered the worst part of this trial, I think. And just everything with the game. Don't worry though, like, the actual issues with the trial are still to come, but those aren't really gameplay related.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
That's just like shitty storytelling.
Said she never saw Mahiru, but is that true? Letter. See, I was thinking that she didn't actually write the letter, but maybe I'm gonna be proven wrong. Yeah, because nothing else here would... Nope. Okay. Okay, then maybe it was the first one. Or maybe I need to throw something at something else? Ah!
You missed.
I fired it just like a second too late. Yeah, I see this, because we can't disprove that she didn't see her, but we can disprove... Shit! Oh my god!
Wow! Third time's the charm.
I just wanted to listen to Hiyoko talk more, that's all this is.
I appreciate that.
Someone who wants to interfere with their meeting. Suspecting us for no reason. Suspecting us of what?
Conspiracy to commit murder.
So saw Fuyuhiko. You saw many things.
This is a pretty big piece of evidence that should have been brought up earlier.
Yeah. But no, everybody was so focused on the game first. I actually don't remember who started the conversation, because I could definitely see it being like Chiaki was just so eager to talk about the game first that she brought it up. But I'm pretty sure it was Komaeda actually who mentioned it.
I can't remember. And it's like, the game is important, but the trial spends a lot of time on details in it that don't actually matter.
Like, why does it matter? Why does swimsuit full of gravel matter to this case? Yeah, like, I could definitely see a case for this being, like, especially, I mean, there's more that I haven't gotten to, obviously, but even so far, like, I could definitely see a case for this being the worst trial so far.
Yeah.
Just because, like, the whole, like, not just in the sense of, like, story and, like, the weird way of presenting it, but, like, going through the game to find those details isn't fun.
They
it's
had
just like
an idea, and just that idea was bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would be interesting to, like, pick apart all the individual pieces and, like, see exactly why it doesn't work.
And I mean, there's even more to get into, like, once you have the full picture of the trial. Because, like, knowing everything makes it a lot worse.
And it's really unfortunate because Chapter 1 was, I don't think my favorite trial in the series to this point, but it's probably like up there in like my top 3.
Yeah, it was a good trial. It wasn't like, I don't have it up there, anywhere up there, but it's like, it's a good trial. If a game is starting that way, I would expect it to be good. And then we get this.
Oh, where she was hiding. And yeah, there definitely was a fear that I had with how this trial would play out.
Also, can we pay attention to the fact that Hiyoko was hiding in the closet?
And somehow that thought never crossed my mind, even though I had considered she was hiding in the closet, but not like that kind of hiding in the closet, which is, you know, that's fun, I guess.
Her grandparents would definitely be homophobic. Anyway, you were saying...
I've never eaten a gummy.
Yeah. What were you saying before I brought up that?
Wait, hiding in the closet?
Yeah, before I brought up that.
Oh yeah, that's just like I had a bad feeling of like the way the events transpired regarding her being in the closet that I really hope isn't true. But I also don't want to say it out loud because it's
I want to hear.
I'll say it if we get, you know, once the case is spelled out. If I'm wrong, then I'll say what it was.
I want to hear it now, mostly so I can know if it's gonna be true or not.
But I don't want to be told whether it's true or not.
I won't tell you.
I mean, like, it probably isn't true, because there's no way she would have been quiet for it. But I had a feeling that, like, she was in the closet, like, hiding there, like... So, like, I don't know. I thought it was maybe that, like, Mahiru hid her in the closet, or, something. That, like, she witnessed the murder happen. But then I would think, like, there's no way she would have been silent during that. Or, I mean, maybe she could have, but I don't think. I don't know. But it's
silence.
Like, if that was true, then, that's kind of fucked up.
It could have been, like, a horrified silence, where it's just, like, you can't even say anything.
The one with the mask? I also feel like this trial is just kind of playing out in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like, the direction. It doesn't feel like it's going in a linear direction. It's kind of just, like, going in a circle. Like, we start with Fuyuhiko, and I assume eventually it's gonna wrap back to Fuyuhiko.
But it's like...
But that just means that we're exploring all this, like, all these bullshit theories. Like, we were just at a point where, like, Peko said that, like, oh, maybe blaming Fuyuhiko is, like, a trap that somebody else set. And now we're at, like, well, someone's trying to set up Hiyoko being the culprit as a fake out. And it's like, what?
Yeah, remarkably little in this trial matters.
Wait, the what?
Remarkably little in this trial matters.
Okay. When are we gonna find out that Sonya is Sparkling Justice?
An hour, maybe?
Ooh, that's fun. Because I thought about it a little more, and I thought it would be fun, I think, for like a character who has a fascination with serial killers to themselves be a serial killer, like born out of that fascination maybe, or I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I don't know, I feel like Sonya has killed at least 7 people.
At least 7, that's a very specific number.
Somewhere between 7 and 15,000.
That's a very less specific number. It's not true that Kyoko is suspicious. You're all just fucking losers. I don't like this trial. It has made me call my favorite cast to this point losers.
Yeah, like... This trial is just bad writing. You can do so much better.
この謎に終末の審判を下そう。小泉を殺した罪人は西園寺だ。
Wrong. True.
お前さんがビーチハウスに行ったのは
There is plenty of doubt, you fucker.
それは
クローゼットに隠れてたのも事実だろ。その時にグミを落としたんだろうが。
で隙を見て小泉を殺した後
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop.
その時裏側のドアは小泉さんの死体で塞がれてたから仕方なくビーチ側から逃げる羽目でそのせいで足跡が残ったんすね。
So the door being blocked I don't think is true, but I just need to like know what's the truth bullet.
Mathwiz body blocked the door. Because it opens inwards and her body was against the door.
Escape route. At the time, the door facing the road was blocked. Footprints. We've already used footprints on the beach. I think it might be escape route. No, okay, it wasn't that. Okay. So... That's not a contradiction. Why do I not get this one?
Want me to give you the answer?
Is it something to do with Fuihiko's comment about the gummy?
Gummy bag. That's your truth bullet.
Okay. Interesting. I forget, where was the gummy bag found? Why do you have to be childish to eat gummies? Plenty of people eat those.
Ew. I don't know, I really like gummy candy.
Oh, so there are different kinds? Okay. That wasn't clear from the packaging.
Yeah.
だって現場に落ちてたグミって広いし明らかにレモン味っぽかった
So it was lemon flavored? Huh? Why does that matter?
Because it's sour and she doesn't like sour things.
なら私のじゃない。私が食べてるやつに黄色い。
I don't know why that matters.
そうなんだ。彼女がコテージに大量に持っていた袋には黄色いグミなんか入ってなかった。
Was that wasn't information that we had what?
じゃあその黄色いグミは西園寺さんが落としたものとは言い切れないね。
ほら見ろ、やっぱ罠だったんだ。ちくしょう、誰がこんな罠を仕掛けやがったんだ。復讐してやる。渾身のデコピンで頭蓋骨陥没させてやる。
ちょっと待てやこら。たかがグミごときで疑いが晴れたとでも思ってんのか。ふざけんな。俺の追い込みはこんなもんじゃねえぞ。
Stop being a bastard, Fuyuhiko.
He can't. That's his whole thing. He is just awful.
Togami was able to have character development.
Yeah. And that's why I vastly prefer him to Byakuya. Or not to Fuyuhiko, right? Right.
あれは小泉が最後の力を振り絞って道路側のドアを塞いでくれたおかげでそこから生まれた証拠だろ。
違うって。あれは朝の散歩の時の足跡だもん。
Figure out what's right and what's wrong. Window. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, Fuyuhiko is kind of like Byakuya, but never thought to compare them. I don't know, I think the comparison between them is pretty natural. Because it's like, you get Byakuya, and for this game you split him into 3 different characters. One of which is him, but with development. One of which is Komaeda, and one of which is Fuyuhiko.
Like, I definitely think, at least like in the earlier, you know, in chapter 1, Fuyuhiko being there as like a point of contrast to Togami is kind of, it's good to highlight like how much Togami has changed, because they do have like a couple of interactions that really like sell that development. But of course now that Togami's dead, it's like, okay, Fuyuhiko, be your own character, and he's like, this.
Yeah, he's awful. I just like, I actually hate him, as you probably can guess.
Mochiron, 犯人が小泉の死体でドアを塞いだんだよ。きっとその時に死体を引きずったせいで床にあんな血痕が残ったんだろうな。
けど犯人は何のためにドアを塞いだんすかね。
Yeah, it's kind of funny that Komaeda's part of the 3 Togamis, and then in V3 there's 3 Komaedas. Yeah, I mean that's just kind of like the way that Danganronpa characters inspire other characters in successive games kind of plays into that. Whenever we get a 4th game, I imagine that there's going to be 3 plays on Oma.
3 Komaedas. I am not ready for that.
Rantaro, Oma, and I actually can't think of who the 3rd one is. Maybe Shuichi.
Okay. We getting someone dumber than Yasuhiro or Ibuki?
I think Ibuki doesn't deserve to be spoken of in the same breath as Yasuhiro.
I mean,
Maybe I'm biased.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not gonna argue you on it.
Oh yeah, Korekiyo, Korekiyo would be the co-mind. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh boy, do I remember this mechanic? I think it's... Okay, I do.
He's very insistent about Hyoko's guilt, isn't he?
Hasn't thoroughly investigated the crime scene. He's wrong by using that piece of evidence. So it was either the shower or footprints. Oops.
Yep. It's way too easy to do that with this mechanic.
It's also like you have to be like swiping the arguments back, and also like to check the truth bullets. It's like you have to be doing one or the other.
It's like a decent idea, but it's not like it doesn't play out right, I feel.
Okay, that was the answer. Out of order, okay. Non-playable Danganronpa characters during trials be like, do I have to fucking investigate and back up my arguments for the trial?
You can just say shit. Just say whatever shit you want.
Mm-hmm.
Also, shout out to like the background in this trial.
Mm-hmm.
The projector screens. Have you been paying attention to that?
Oh, I haven't even noticed projectors. I only noticed the beach stuff. Oh, I see now.
It was a lot... Earlier, it was still. And now it's, you know, constantly moving.
I see. I mean, I don't... But I thought she was taught how to do that.
I mean, there was like a day there. It's possible that it didn't take right away.
Also, another instance of scene happens in a Danganronpa chapter. Be ready for that to be relevant in the trial.
Yup.
Is that why that's a rule, just so it couldn't have happened in this murder? Will this ever come up again? Is this where it pivots to Akane? Because now we're talking about blood on people. Yep, here we go.
But like, Akane gave herself an alibi, but it's like an alibi that someone else can check out.
Yeah. Yeah, we just haven't heard from Nekomaru yet. And now we have. And it's that simple.
それぐらいや
Uh-huh.
そいつは諦めんからの。
俺を疑うなんていい度胸してるぜ。よっしゃー、この先ずっと土下座のままでしか過ごせねえ体にしてやんよ。
What a fucking threat.
ねえ、そんなことよりさ、私はもういいんだよね。
I want to give you a
Non-playable
hug,
GR
Yoko. You don't
characters
deserve
during
this.
trials be like, do I have to remember the stuff that happened in Naruto?
Oh yeah, I mentioned that comment.
Oh no, it was a new one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because there's, do I have to investigate and do I have to
yeah,
remember
yeah,
stuff?
yeah. Sorry, it turns out I'm the one who's not paying attention.
Uh-huh.
ほら、だから言ったじゃん。私が小泉お姉を殺すわけないって。
Oh yeah, we've been in the trial for an hour, so yeah, who has already forgotten what happened at the start of this trial? People have already forgotten about a swimsuit full of gravel.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I feel like most people would like actually be terrible at if Danganronpa was real. Like, who can remember all this stuff? Who can keep it all straight? Who could plan out murders this elaborate?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Danganronpa isn't real.
What was that insult? I hope you get a hangnail and die? How would you die from a hangnail?
Infection.
I mean, I guess. Why would the nurse die from an infection, though? Well, I guess she can't necessarily treat herself. Maybe that's how she's a disaster.
Hmm.
Gee, it's so suspicious. Almost like he was the prime suspect. Almost like we just wasted 30 minutes on a tangent. Whoa.
Almost like none of this matters and this trial is poorly written.
At the very least, like, when tangents come up in other trials, we don't know who the suspect is yet.
Yeah.
It's like getting to the point, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mathwiz, you're reading a manga where an immortal mythical bird died of food poisoning? Fair enough.
I'd like to say that, like, Dragon Ball has a different energy than Danganronpa, but that's a lie.
Are you saying Danganronpa is just Dragon Ball?
Yes, but with more murder.
Actually, there is a scene in the opening which there's a scene in the opening of Monokuma doing the power-up thing, so I wonder if that ties into this chapter's execution. That would be a little too convenient to specifically tie into something that was mentioned in chat. But if it did come up, that would mean that one of our like chat tangents was more relevant than one of the game's tangents.
I have definitely said things that are more relevant than stuff in the trial.
Even when she's praising a character, she has to put everything else down. Oh, so the letter was written to Hiyoko. So I guess I ended up being right that she didn't write the letter. Or if this is a slightly different letter, maybe. Going to tell you in person. See, Yasuhiro doesn't have the brain cells to think of this. If you get a letter, keep it on you. And you can use it as evidence. Oh. Yasuhiro is somewhere is just having like the galaxy brain, just like his brain just exploded.
Yeah, he's off in the waiting room watching this happen and realizing, like, oh, I could have done that.
Yes. Seems there's someone who wants to interfere with the meeting. Let's keep it as a secret until then. Okay. They started suspecting us for no reason.
You think Yasuhiro would be a war criminal?
私はこの手紙を見てさ、その時間にビーチハウスに行ったんだよ。
I don't know, does he have the brain power to commit war crimes?
I mean, you don't
He can scam
need
people,
that.
but what are the... I mean, yeah, sure. Maybe he commits a war crime by, like, accidentally scamming a government official or something.
Or just, you can commit war crimes by going along with people.
Does it contradict the evidence? Or is it...
It
or-
seems like the general consensus is he's not smart enough to be a war criminal.
この手紙ってさ、小泉が持ってた手紙と内容が食い違ってないか？
It's almost like somebody planted it there.
小泉の持ってた手紙だと14時30分の待ち合わせが
Yasuhiro can probably fuck his way up to a martial court. Yeah.
お互いが待ち合わせ場所をビーチハウスに変更しようって言ってるのも変だ。どっちか片方が言い出したならともかく、こんな風にどっちもが同じことを言うなんて。
ひよこちゃん、書いた本人的にはどう思ってるんすか？
だから私は手紙なんて書いてないって何回言わせればいいのさ。
It's almost like you're all doubting her for no fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
Which letter did the killer forge? Gee, I don't know. Gee, I don't know. Wait, the one that Mahiru received? Oh, okay. Actually, no, that makes sense. So the fake... Oh, so she... Wait. I'm confused now.
There are 4 options.
Okay, yeah, because it wasn't the one... Okay, yeah, because she didn't write that letter, so that one could have been forged, but the one that Hiyoko had could have also been forged. There we go,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. Non-playable DR characters during trials be like, do I have to believe in facts and logic? Hiyoko be like,
そう考えるべきだろうね。
確かにその可能性は高そうじゃぞ。実際にこの2通の手紙を見比べてみると、
Similar handwriting.
おお、やはり筆跡がほぼ同じだ。
Okay.
文章の内容も酷似しておるしの。
直接言おうと思ってたけど見当たらなかったのでポストに入れておくね。でも私たちが会うのを邪魔しようとしている人がいるみたい。だから待ち合わせの件は内緒ね。私たちもそれまでは会わないようにしよう。
Okay, so I guess I will also ask this, while there's an opportunity. Is this the worst that this game gets? Or does it get... Is there stuff that's even more?
debatably, I think I hate Chapter 3 even more. But that's personal.
No!
私はそれにまんまと騙されて、それで
For some reason I thought you had told me that this was worse, but I guess I
I go back and
remember
forth
wrong.
on it.
ひどいよ。おねえを返してよ。
本当にひどい話だよ。あれだけ言ったのに、今回の犯人は僕に何の相談もしてくれなかった。
I've offered to help so many times, but the killer didn't even talk to me.
けど、悪いのは僕の方だね。
Komaeda, stop blaming yourself.
情けないよ。
油断してるとすぐにこれっす。
後で軽く殴り殺しとくか。
Lightly punch him to death. Why lightly?
Just everyone gets a punch in, and then you just keep doing that until he dies, and no one murdered him.
Hmm.
大事なのはその続き。
Komaeda doesn't deserve that.
そこで何があったのだ。
寝ちゃった。どうして寝ちゃうんですか？
She fell asleep.
私だって寝たくて寝たわけじゃないよ。多分薬みたいのを嗅がされたんだと思う。
ゲロゲロ？薬をですか？
Oh, is this how the
その薬ってもしかして
what is it?
Drugstore?
The bottles? Is that how they're gonna tie into this?
前から危ないなって思ってたんですよ。本来は届け出が必要な薬品も平気で放置してあったし。
But yeah, it's no surprise that they introduced the drugstore and it immediately comes up. So one of the more suspicious things to tie
So
into
who
the
do
killing
you
game.
think was like going to the drugstore and getting prescription painkillers and just like getting high?
そこに小泉お姉の死体が
Mathwiz be like, you might be a piece of shit, but you're an aesthetic piece of shit.
で、
Sometimes.
取り乱してビーチハウスから逃げ出したってとこに繋がるわけっすか。
なかったんだよ。
Maybe the thing with Fuyuhiko is that he's not even aesthetic. So maybe
He's
that's
just a piece of shit.
yeah.
He has no redeeming traits.
犯人は最初から西園寺さんを犯人に仕立て上げようとしてたんだろうね。
What a bastard. Framing the other lesbian for murder.
先に西園寺さんを呼び出してクローゼットで眠らせておいたんだよ。
They summoned Hiyoko.
小泉の死体でドアを塞いだのも西園寺に証拠の足跡を残させることが目的か。
And so he did leave through the window, but how did he get out then? Because if it took two people.
ひどいよ。私は何も悪いことしてないのに。大好きな小泉お姉を殺した犯人なんかに。
What? What aesthetic piece of shit has the piece of shitness overpowered its aesthetics? Oma!
そんな簡単に信じちまっていいのかよ。それだって嘘泣きかもしんねえだろ。
そんな風に疑っていたらキリがあるまい。
This'll never end if you keep being so suspicious. Oh, sure it will. We'll just all suspect him and vote for him, and then it's over.
Yeah, and then you'll be right, because he is the killer.
The only way to survive is to be suspicious. I mean, it works for Komaida, so I guess it's not like bullshit logic, but...
Komaida has his luck, though.
If you believe in each other so easily, there's something wrong with you? At least Komaida believes in the others.
Yeah, Leon has a cool aesthetic in terms of, like, his characterization. Not so much his design, but, like, the idea of, like, a baseball player wanting to pick up music, but being, like, restricted by his talent is, like, that's cool. But then he's just a piece of shit.
Yeah, Leon might actually be a good example of that, because I do actually kind of like his design. But yeah, it's just like, he has one personality trait, and it's like, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's just being kind of scummy.
I'm on the side of the absolute hope that can overcome any despair. Because maybe he's a good person after all.
Maybe he's a good person after all. So he's a centrist, is what you're saying. Mathwiz, would you read Black Clover for the movie? I didn't think Black Clover had a movie. Are they making one? I mean, it's a shonen series that has been airing for like 4 years now.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised that there hasn't been one yet. Because My Hero Academia started around a similar time and has already had, like, I think it's going on its fourth? No, third?
Third or fourth.
Third.
But,
ですからここは西園寺さんの言葉を信じて
I know, Black Clover is like, it is popular, but not in the same way as My Hero Academia. It's, like, very low-key popular, where it's like, it has millions of fans, but they're not really, like, raving about it.
I feel like I'm surprised that, like, the same applies to Boruto, I think. Like, it's been running for a couple years, especially when it's building off of an already existing profitable franchise. Like, how has that not had movies either?
And Naruto had movies, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think it might just be because the Boruto anime came first.
Well, I mean, because the movies are usually, like, you know, their original stories anyway. So, I mean, like, maybe, but I mean, I don't know.
I also imagine it's just that, like, Jump can only have so many movies made of its properties at once. And if you have the annual One Piece and My Hero Academia movies, you might not want to be getting into too many others.
Looks like we are at the break point.
Yup. We're about halfway through the trial, I think.
So do we want to take that break, or just keep going?
Just keep going.
Just get it over with. I mean, it's not much of a spoiler. There's, like, only one person who's suspicious left.
Who is that?
Fuyuhiko?
Yeah.
Because, like, we've already ruled out Akane, we've ruled out Hyoko. There's nobody else.
I've been saying this whole time that it's Fuyuhiko. And I'm curious if you actually believe me or not.
I believe that you would just tell me. Especially given the whole context surrounding this trial, and that it is, you know, one of the worst in the game, to just be like, yeah, it was this guy, I don't like this guy. So, like, I simultaneously believe you and don't believe you, if that makes sense.
Hello, Albikadin? I think that's how you say that? LB. Yeah, hello.
Jujutsu Kaisen getting a movie adaptation of Chapter 0, Broly movie, continuation of the Tournament of Power. See, like, that's the thing about this project I'm working on, is that it's gonna be dated no matter when I release it. Because, like, I've been hoping, I've already taken longer than I wanted to like, make it, and it's still not done. But I was hoping that, like, you know, since I've already taken this long, like, hopefully, like, the Demon Slayer movie would get translated, or, you know, one of the newer ones, and it still hasn't happened, and I'm just like, please.
Yeah. What kind of, question from my chat, what kind of manga do I like? I just kind of, like, read a lot of different kinds of manga. But I think I typically prefer, like, slice of life, or comedy, or, yuri. I'm down to read anything, and, like, some of my favorites are, like, from weird genres, like whatever Seki no Kuni is. Well, I guess, like, slice of life is my favorite type of manga.
That's impossible. Yeah, so they probably hid in the bathroom.
Yeah, so for your project, is it about filler movies or canon movies?
Mostly filler movies, but I will definitely be talking about canon movies as well, because, like, they're not, you know, they have a place in the discussion, which is also part of why, like, the Demon Slayer movie being out, and, like, translated would be, like, a good example to bring up in that regard.
I'm surprised it didn't get a showing in the West. even like online.
その問題の答えが事件の真相につながってる気がするよ。
I assume that like whoever has the rights is probably like, we want to show this in theaters, and if we can't do that, we're not going to show it at all. Or maybe there's some. I mean, that's a big assumption on my part. Maybe there's more to it. Dive into your own brain and logically discern the mysterious answer from several questions. The logic dive?
Because the movie came out like 6 months ago.
Your task is to reach the goal, the final destination. Oh, is this the surfing mechanic?
Yeah. Snowboarding.
Oh, snowboarding, yeah. Right mouse to brake, left to jump. Obstacles, control accelerates. Take damage, you fall into a gap or bump into walls.
So yeah, this is my favorite Danganronpa minigame. And you're gonna very quickly see why. It just like actually plays well.
Interesting.
The second My Hero Academia movie got canceled weeks before its release in Latin America. Yeah, I think like, I mean, not all anime licensing companies in the US have been so good to their audience. Like how the Fate movie was like, we are releasing into theaters and there is no there is no digital release. Fuck you. And I think even now it's still they still haven't gotten the Blu-ray. Which is a shame because I'm excited for that movie.
Oh boy, oh boy. New mechanic time.
Yeah, like Spring Song still isn't out. The Fate movie is more complicated due to having sexual content. I don't think so. Like, they didn't have to release it into theaters. They could have just not released it if that was so important.
When did the killer arrive at the beach house? Oh wait, no, I guess it would have had to have been after, right? Or was it before? I guess it was before, because I didn't take damage for being wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When did the killer leave? Okay. I also like how they mentioned that this was in like in the player's mind or whatever. So I'm just like picturing we're in the middle of a class trial. Everybody else is just like standing around wondering what the heck is going on, and like Hajime is just spacing out doing
yeah.
Wait. Yeah, I was not. Where was the killer hiding while Hiyoko was unconscious?
Streaming rights and theater releases are different things. Yeah, but they could have just not released the movie. If they absolutely cannot release it digitally, they could just wait. They didn't have to release it into theaters at that time.
That was a really weird mechanic to just get to the point of like, hey, the killer was hiding in the beach house.
It's not always used the best, but I do really like it.
It's definitely like not one of the more, I mean, maybe they add more to make it complicated later, but like, it's not the worst mechanic in this game, I don't think.
It's fun.
A place that Hiyoko didn't look, as in the restroom? Or I'm gonna make a Kane bop you on the head and just like knock you 6 feet under.
I mean, her last name is Awadi.
True, yeah. Oh, Hyoko, check the shower room. A place Hyoko didn't check. Were they hiding in the closet? But I thought she was hiding in the closet. Huh? So the killer got there before Hyoko, left after Hyoko, and was in the closet. Okay, so Hyoko never was in the closet. But she was in the closet. I don't understand.
Hey, remember how there was like an arcade game involved in this too? Whatever happened to that?
Yeah. Yeah. Are we done with the game? I mean, surely there's still something left for the game.
This is such a mess.
Killer made sure to arrange a hiding place. Oh, okay. I know. I get it. I get it. Very interesting. The surfboard case. Because he is small boy. Because he would have taken them out of the surfboard case.
I mean, in fairness, you don't know the state it was in when previous inhabitants left.
Yeah. I didn't even know that was a phrase.
In for a penny, in for a pound?
No, the lighthouse one.
What was it? I missed that.
It's always darkest below the lighthouse or something like that.
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I just didn't know that that was a turn of phrase.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Instead of punching Komaeda, why don't you direct that energy to the person standing right next to you, Akane?
Yeah, just pulverize him. Turn him into dust.
Just like every time you get the impulse to punch Komaeda, just hit Fuyuhiko.
Uh-huh.
ちょっと気になったことがあるんだけど、聞いてもいいかな。
聖徳太子は未来人だったと思うよ。歴史が動く裏には決まって未来人が関係しているからね。
Monokuma, what the fuck are you talking about?
未来人の話はまた今度聞くとして。
I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time.
死体発見アナウンスが流れる条件に3人以上の人間が死体を発見ってあったよね。
3 or more people. Okay.
3人以上って犯人自身も含めるの？
Is the killer also included? That's true. Something like that.
基本的にはそういうことになってるよね。
歯切れが悪いね。
そんなところに目をつけ
Oh, he just progressively gets more quiet.
言い訳から始めるようだけど、再発見アナウンスは推理のためのものじゃないよ。
The body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for
あ
deduction.
くまで公平に裁判を進めるためのもの。みんなに期待の発見を知らせるためのものなんだってば。
But the body discovery announcement was certainly abused in Chapter 3 of the last game.
だから推理に持ち出されるのはいかんだって。まあその言い分もわからなくないけどね。
Yeah, so who was the third person?
だって
Still haven't figured that out.
シチュエーション次第では3人以上のルール
It was Katsuichi, I believe.
あるしね。
なので明言をしていない以上
As long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond with flexibility.
フレキシブルな対応ね。
Has he answered the question yet?
犯人を含んだ3人だ。そうじゃない。
3 people including the killer or not?
もうわかったよ。
It doesn't include the killer.
今回は犯人を含んでないよ。
Okay.
終わり。
So Kazuichi, Hiyoko,
つま
and...
り今回は犯人以外の3人が
And who?
小泉さんの死体を発見しているんだね。それがどうしたんだ？なんとなく気になったから聞いただけで。
It is somewhat strange.
話を戻そうか。
We're just not going to talk about that.
お前さんが横道にそらしたんじゃろうが。
It's a more interesting tangent than accusing Hiyoko of being the killer.
Yeah. And what about the game?
スタッフボードケースに
What about the game?
からですよね。
Why was there a game?
そんでひよこちゃんが走り去った後で犯人は悠々と証拠隠滅ライフを味わった。
See, like, I think also part of the fun of a class trial is, like, seeing how all the little pieces of information come together and how, like, certain pieces of evidence that seem irrelevant can factor into things. And sometimes it leads to some really, like, galaxy brain, like, really, this is how this ties in?
Yeah,
And
just
then there's
wait.
just, like, this with the game, where it's just like, huh?
This is why I was kind of like not really believing people when they said this trial was solvable.
That mystery hasn't been
大
solved
丈
yet.
夫だよ。ここまでたどり着いた君たちならその答えだってすぐに見つけられるはずだよ。
Because, like, especially with the fact that, like, there's another person who found the body who hasn't been revealed yet, that could potentially, like, be a piece of information that,
さあ
is kind of, pivotal to the trial.
No, it is. That's a big thing.
Especially, like, right now there's one suspect, and then mystery person. Aim at the remark's weak spot. Memorize it. Oh, okay, so now this is
was
the
in the last
highlighting
game.
mechanic.
Yeah.
Okay, this is... Gotcha. Flashback, okay. Memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. Best time to flashback, okay. Not be able to agree with anyone. Okay, so you can only use the flash, but you can't fire something to consent at something. It's only to disprove. Oh yeah, I guess the third person would have to be whoever had the mask.
Well, isn't the person who committed the murder the one with the mask?
シンプルに洗い流したんじゃないの？
Nope.
シャワーは使えねえんだろ。なら洗い流すのは無理じゃねえか。
別にシャワーを使わなくったって。
あ、クローゼットのウェットスーツはあれを着て死体を運んだのかもよ。
シャワー以外のものを使えば。
Other than the shower.
汚れたウェットスーツはどうすんのさ。
晴らしてトイレに。
I like how it just
Yeah.
flies off the screen.
You can't even read it.
Yeah.
逆転の発想で
The other way around?
犯人以外が死体を動かしたとか。
Someone...
洗い流せた
Okay.
んじゃないかな。
Oh, you know, okay. So this is how Sonya comes into it. That's why she had the
体に
wetsuit.
ついた血をどうしたのかな。
Interesting.
シンプルに洗い流したんじゃないの？
Will this at least be
シャワーは
fun?
使えねえんだろ。
Ah!
なら洗い流すのは無理じゃねえか。
Washing it off would have been
別にシ
impossible.
ャワーを使わなくて。
クローゼットのウェットスーツはあれを着て死体を運んだのかもよ。
シャワー以外のものを使えば
Other than the shower?
汚れたウェットス
Maybe.
ーツはどうすんのさ。
バラしてトイレに。
毎朝クソを流してるわしには断言絶対に迫るぞ。
逆転の発想で他人以外が死体を動かした
Someone
と
other than the killer?
洗い
Oh,
流せてもい
okay.
いかな。
I thought like if they introduced the highlight feature that it would have been what I needed,
It is.
but I don't think it is.
Yeah.
シンプルに洗い流したんじゃないの？
シャワーは使えねえ
And you hide the right bullet too.
なら洗い
別にシャワーを
あれを着て死体を
シャワー以外のものを使えば
汚れたウェットスーツ
Oh my god.
トイレ。
毎朝
Wow.
See, because when they said someone other than the killer, I thought like, oh yeah, I can. Like I thought I had to consent that option because I'm like, yeah, it was someone other than the killer. It seems.
シンプルに洗い
シャワーはなら洗い流すの
別にシャワーを
クローゼットあれを着て死体を運んだ。
シャワー以外のものを使
Okay, wash. Yeah, okay. So using something other than the shower makes it not impossible.
絶対につ
逆転の発他人以外が洗い流せたんじゃないかな。
That person's opinion, I might be able to break through. Okay.
犯人は体に
シンプルに洗っ
シャワーは使えなら洗い流すのは無理
Get out of the way! No!
シャワー以外のものを使え
汚れたウェットスーツ
Oh my god!
It's stuff like this just always kind of sucks because it's like minor human error just traps us.
Yeah.
犯人は体に
シンプルに洗っ
シャワーはなら洗い
別にシャワーを
クローあれを着て死体を
シャワー以外のものを使えば
汚れたウェットスーツはバラしてトイレ。
毎朝絶対につ
逆転の発他人以外が洗い流せたんじゃないかな。
犯人は体に
And we're going
シャ
again.
ワーは使えねえなら洗い流すのは無理じゃねえか
Let's
そ
go.
れは違うぞ返り血を洗い流すだけなら何もシャワーを使わなくたってできたはずだシャワー以外のものを使えばいいんだから
Like, I don't know, the ocean?
シャワー以外のものってなんだよ
The drinks in the refrigerator. Oh my god, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. The sea sounds like a more plausible answer.
冷蔵庫の中のドリン
Let's see. Well, okay, actually,
You
I
were
think
like-
I kind of get it because
You
if
were
you go to
so
the sea,
certain. You were just like, okay, it obviously isn't this.
yeah. Oh, and she's gonna bring up that like they could have been in the ocean in theory, but how is that impossible? Like I guess if you just had like bottles, see, like if you go into the ocean, your hair would get wet. I guess is the thing, or some other part of your body. Whereas like with bottles of I don't know water or something, you could just kind of.
使った可能性など存在しないということがな。
There's no possible way they were used. How do you know? Oh boy, here is the sword lady. She's gonna cut through my argument with her sword.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Pretty sure it's trash can.
Mm-hmm.
ビーチハウスの冷蔵庫には
Oops.
確かにドリンクがだが考えてみるがいい。ドリンク1本の量とても血を洗い流すには足りんぞ。
So threatening it might cut me.
ビーチハウスの冷蔵庫に確かにドリンクがあっただがドリンク1本のとても血を洗い流すには足りんぞ。
聞くわけにはいかない。使ったドリンクが1本だけとは限らない。
Just one drink? A bunch of them?
ありえないと言ったあの冷蔵庫に水の類はなかった。
その言葉切らせてもらう。
Da 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 da.
あの冷蔵庫には水があったんだよ。
何度も言わせるの。あそこには水などどこにも。
There were no. Good counter argument, Pecco.
それは事件後の話だろ。事件前は違う。ちゃんと水はあったんだ。そして犯人はその水を全て使って 自分の体の血を洗い流したんだ。
All
全て
right.
使ったからあそこにはなかったというのか。
I'm ready to learn more about Sonya.
こじつけなんかじゃない。
Sonya is secretly plural.
ゴミ箱の中に残ってたはずだ。
I don't. You can be a serial killer and not plural.
Yeah, but why would you be? That just makes it more fun.
ああ、確かにこれって水のペットボトルって感じのデザインだね。
Speaking as someone who has written a like plural serial killer story, it is fun.
何日か前に
Especially with you do it if you do it with like the self-awareness that like maybe isn't entirely present in Syo, but like you can do it with
ペットボトル
self-awareness.
の水をシャワー代わりにしたのは本当なのですね。
Oh, I thought she was gonna say something like if the killers used the water bottles, they would have their clothes wet or something.
大量のペットボトルの水を全身に浴びたなんて実にシンプルで
A simple and easy to understand explanation makes more sense than the sea. Even though, like, theoretically, you could have walked into the ocean and just, like, held your hair up to keep it out of the water. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. If they did that, that person would be who the killer is. Have I figured out who the killer is?
Have you?
待ちやがれ。犯人に気づいただと。
I mean, yeah, it's Fuyuhiko, so I don't know why the...
God.
それは誰を指しているのだ。
Please, can it just be Fuyuhiko?
It's Fuyuhiko.
I hate this! I hate this!
I told
Okay,
you
cool, I
it's
am wrong.
Fuyuhiko.
Thank God. Well then, why would they talk about the water and then go straight to the killer? Are they connected? Are they not disconnected? Huh?
I'll admit that was a bit mean of me, but
No! This means, oh my god, then I hate this even more! That it isn't Fuyuhiko. God damn it!
like Fuyuhiko is the killer here.
犯人じゃないかって疑われてんだよ。
では
I'm not gonna let that go.
なぜ私
And in our post stream, I'm probably gonna talk about that more in like a serious context.
Wait, but if Peko didn't even keep her hair dry, why didn't she just go into the ocean? Why did she use bottles of water? Using the window without washing up might have left a trail.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. And so yeah, if she had like walked out to the beach, there would, okay.
And maybe
I
like
hate this. I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, I hate
it
this.
was foreshadowed.
True, yeah. I you know, I did suspect that something in this cutscene had to be foreshadowing.
Uh-huh.
Or, you know, it's also possible that there was an accomplice. The killer is Fuyuhiko, and Peko is the accomplice. Please.
Exactly.
Please, game.
That is exactly it.
Please, let me execute Fuyuhiko.
お前はそれをごまかすために人を呼びしてきたなんて言ったんじゃないのか。
黙ってねえで何とか言えよ。ちょっと待てやこら。てめえらはそいつをダイナーで見ただけでビーチハウスから来たのを見たわけじゃねえんだろ。だったら本当に泳いでただけかもしれねえだろ。
Oh, so now he's trying to defend her. Fucking fuck.
いや、 俺が見てるぞ。
Yeah, this does make it worse, because it's like we can kill the player that I have no interest, or the character I have no interest in, or kill the character who isn't one of my favorites or anything, but like, seems more interesting than Fuyuhiko.
てめえらとダイナーで会った後、ホテルに帰る途中でそいつとすれ違ったんだ。だから、そいつは間違いなくビーチハウスとは逆の方向からダイナーに来たはずだ。
The opposite direction of the beach
それはお
house?
かしいだろ。さっきお前は言ってたじゃないか。
Say what earlier? A coincidence that I passed by the diner, didn't even pay attention to the beach house?
お前は誰とも会ってないって言ったはずだ。忘れたなんて言わせないぞ。
まだだ。まだその女が犯人だって決めるの
It
は
is too soon to decide she's the killer, because you were the killer.
Yeah, he is.
犯人がどうやってビーチハウスから出たのかがはっきり
And
して
he
ね
is
えじゃね
coming
えか。
clean about that now.
そういえばそうでしたね。
道路側のドアは塞がれてるし、ビーチ側の方は足跡が残るから無理となれば。じゃあ犯人はどこからどうやって出たっつうんだ。
And this is how the window
どう
comes
して冬
in.
彦ちゃんがムキになってますか？
疑われているのはペコ
But yeah, I
ちゃ
guess
んですよ。
that makes sense then. If there was an accomplice, then that would be how,
いいから
that would be the third person.
答えられるもんなら答えてみやがれ。
答えられるかもしれないよ。
本当にわかるというのか。今までずっとわからなかった謎なんだぞ。
でもね、横山さんが犯人だと仮定すると、その謎の答えも見えてきそうな気がするんだ。
So
そうか。
they're gonna say that Fuyuhiko put her up to
なら
it.
ば聞かせてもらおうか。
But why would she
ビーチ
agree
ハ
to
ウスから
that?
出た方法とやらをな。
じゃあ、まずは犯人がどこから出たのかをはっきりさせようか。
そうか。道路側の出入り口もビーチ側の出入り口も無理なら、他に考えられるのはシャワールームの小窓以外にないはずだ。
あの窓の高さを知らねえのかよ。エコ山に届くような高さじゃねえんだよ。
Akane, once again, I ask you to please punch this man.
Uh-huh. Turn his bones into dust.
肩車でもしたら届くかもしんねえけど、手伝った方が取り残されちまうぞ。
何か道具を使った可能性はありませんか？例えばロープのようなものとか。
で、使った後の道具はどうすんだ。外に捨てたとか間抜けなこと言うんじゃねえだろな。
That doesn't explain... That doesn't explain how he left.
いいな。それだと修学旅行のルールに引っかかるぞ。
Because there was one trail of footprints. One person, did they both somehow get out through the window? No, because only Fuyuhiko was left hiding.
ポイ捨ては禁止。
How did he leave?
それは同じっすね。
ほら見ろ。やっぱあの窓からは出られねえんだよ。
どこを使えばいいんだろう。
An object?
千秋ちゃん、寝てちゃダメっすよ。道具は使えないって今言ったばっかじゃないですか。
道具を使えないって話だったっけ？道具を処分できないって話じゃなかった？
So you're saying they never disposed of whatever they used. Is this how the swimsuit ties back into it somehow?
No, this swimsuit is pointless.
はあ？猫山お姉は水着なんだよ。隠すって
See, like, at the very least, if they had somehow tied it back, like, in that way, then it would have
特別な場所とか
not been pointless, even if it's still kind of dumb.
Mm-hmm.
嫌です。乱暴しないでください。
An object to escape out the window, they wouldn't have been able to get rid of it. Hid it somewhere. Did she... I forget. I've already forgotten the CG. Did she have her sword on her? People enjoy fan service. I actually don't know what that was responding to. Okay. What did the killer use to escape out the window in the shower room? 6 and 5? Something sword, maybe? This is not gonna be fun. I actually don't know what the first word is. Wait, S-W-O-R. Yeah, that's 5.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I just have to keep guessing. Cool. I'm not gonna get this. Did the killer use to escape? Okay, cool. Oh, wait, B-A-M-B-O. Is it bamboo sword?
If it was, then those bees you threw away would be wasted.
Sounds like it. Ah! Damn it. Come on, game. Yeah, sorry if this isn't very entertaining. I don't know what I should be saying.
It's not your fault that they made a bad minigame. Like, it's hard to make this entertaining. It was kind of funny when you were just like, straight up doing the wrong thing. But beyond that.
Yeah, the minigame isn't too bad, like, when I know what the words are. But when I don't know what the words are, it's just kind of like, Because even when I got the sword part right, like, I was like, what is this 6-letter word? Oh, okay, so it wasn't... Wait, but then how did she keep the sword? Did Fuyuhiko, I guess, like, somehow...
That'll get explained.
Hand it off? Using a sword doesn't make you a ninja, Akane. Okay, maybe you're not totally off.
Yeah.
So then is Peko the serial killer? Tell us it's Fuyuhiko, I'll buy that.
It is Fuyuhiko.
You keep saying that.
Yeah, I do. I have been saying that from the start.
Yeah. Oh great, this mechanic for the rhythm game that I never figured out how to...
At least the rhythm game is like way easier this time.
Mm-hmm.
ールームに残されたまま回収できなくなっちまうじゃねえかボケ。
クズリお前はどうしてそんなに。
うるせえ、いいから答えろ。答えられるもんなら答えてみやがれ。市内を踏み台にしたらその市内が残されちまうだろうが。
So he would have been okay with Peko escaping and not surviving?
そんなわけねえだろうが。黙れ黙れ黙れ黙れ黙れ。ふざけんな。証拠あんのかこら。黙れ黙れ黙れ黙れ黙れ。ふざけんな。証拠あんのかこら。そんなわけねえだろうが。こら。証拠あんのかこら。てめえの内臓。
Yeah, so I think like the thing about this minigame is they made it a lot easier, but I don't know if they actually made it any like more interesting. Because it's still just kind of like.
I mean, yeah, because it's the same thing in concept, except instead of having to tap all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so instead of having to tap all the time, you just hold it in and release, which is probably the... It's not really much of a fundamental shift in gameplay, it's just changing how it works, I guess.
It's not much of a fundamental shift in gameplay, it's just shifting it.
Yeah. How would she have... with her sword back?
そのまま窓までよじ登った後に
Okay.
市内袋を手繰り寄せれば市内を回収することができるんだ。
Yeah, if this is going in this direction, then yeah,
What direction? That
if Fuyuhiko put her up to it, yeah, that's even scummier. Like, you know, murder is murder, it's bad either way. But like to not even, you know, to tell somebody else to do it for you because you, I don't know. In explaining it, it sounds like a kind of weird because it's like, oh, so he should have murdered himself? He should have...
No, he definitely should have murdered himself. I agree with that.
I meant like committed the murder himself, but it's
no,
like,
I agree,
you know,
he should have murdered himself.
and it's like he also drags Peko down with him, which is sad.
So, thing in chat, it feels like as it should be winding down, the rhythm game minigame kind of like doesn't fit with that because it should be winding down and it's just a lot of it's a very intensive minigame. I feel like the intent is that it's like the climax, you know, it's the most
Does it end now?
Does it?
That would make more sense though, like if Fuyuhiko wanted to survive and he used Peko as like a, hey, take the fall for me. As opposed to, I'm just really gonna like, you can commit the murder and I'm really going to like defend your case. Because that just doesn't seem like something Fuyuhiko would do. No connection to the events? Is her name not really Peko Pekoyama?
どうして小泉さんを殺しちゃった
It's Pekka Sato.
そんなことか。そうだな。その質問に答え
Yeah, yeah.
But then shouldn't she be dead?
This trial drags a ton. So like this end bit here is kind of like we are getting into the bad part of this trial. At long last, 2 hours in.
Wait, did you say the bad part of the or
Yeah.
the what part of the trial?
The bad part of the trial.
Are you kidding me? It hasn't been bad to this point?
Yes, it has been plenty bad, but it's like, relatively speaking, this is just awful. And it's only gonna go downhill from here.
The sake of protecting justice?
Do you get what's going on here?
No, I don't. I guess I'll find out.
Yeah. I'm actually a little surprised you don't catch what's going on here.
もしもし猫ちゃんどうしちゃったんですか
正義がこの世から消えるようなことがあればたちまち世界は凍りつき人々からは微笑みが消えてしまうだろうそうさせない
もういいもうやめろ
This then.
正義は絶えずに我らの頭上に輝き
A lot is about to happen.
やめろって言ってんだろうが
だから私は戦う正義を守るために戦い続けるのだ
これはまさか
I like my theory of Sonya being the serial killer better, but I mean, we'll see. Huh?
And it's about to get dumb.
I like this track.
Uh-huh.
キラキラちゃんとは私のことだ
So Peko is sparkling justice?
正義を執行しようか
What the fuck indeed? I mean, I was lost as soon as the trial began and we started talking about the video game stuff, but
Uh-huh.
私はキラキラちゃんキラキラと輝く正義のもと正義を振りかざしにやってきたのだ
何これうすら寒くて付き合えないよ猫ちゃんが刺しちゃった皆さん気をつけてくださいキラキラちゃんは正義の味方を自称するシリアルキラーなのです古今東西のさまざまなヒーローものの覆面をかぶって犯罪者を殺
You
す
need to know these emojis. These are just Japanese keyboard
なんで
emojis.
すけど
If you have a Japanese keyboard on your phone, you can access them.
正義の味方それでお面をかぶってんのか
so wait, then
これは
only
戦慄の
targets
ようなもの
criminals?
あらゆる偶像崇拝がそうであるように太陽は手が届かないからこそ尊いならば正義もそうあるべきだ
God. The fucking emojis.
I don't understand. Yeah, why is it turning out like this? I'm still waiting for the explanations.
Because this trial is terrible.
寝てる場合じゃないですって
Monokuma's been asleep like the whole time, pretty much.
グーしかグーまたかよ寝言
でさっきの質問の答えはあなたはどうして小泉さんを殺しちゃったの
この世界は正義の光で満たさ
You
れてなけれ
keep
ばならない
talking about justice.
一切の影も許してはならないのだ。悪、即、残、殺。どんな状況であろうとも悪を見過ごすわけにはいかない。
まさか小泉お姉のこと？
それを知ってたってことは君もあのゲームをプレイしたんだね。
おかげでドブネズミのようにコソコソと隠れていた人殺しの共犯者を見つけることができた。
That's an unfortunate way to think.
では舞さんが小泉を殺した理由というのは。
So imagine if every line of hers that had the emojis was in Uwu speak.
Oh god.
That's the energy this has to me. Yeah, that's not cool.
It's almost always like people use that word as a way as like, oh, we can't possibly understand this person. There's nothing that we can possibly do to, like, they're just weird, right?
They're just mentally ill, and that is a bad thing. It's a very ableist term.
私にはそれだけの覚悟があるということだ。最も大切なものを守るために大切なものを捨てる覚悟がな。この世を正義でキラキラと照らすことができるのなら、私は何者にでもなろう。
Like the fucking emojis. What an idea that was. Why is that here? Like, it's such at odds with everything else about her characterization here.
Is there no mistake that it was Peko all along?
Good Mahiris.
I don't know what to make of this anymore.
Oh, just wait. Remember, there might not be something on this page. That's a good Hyoko.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, whoops, right.
Go back a page.
Oh, right. It would have been...
Yeah.
No, wait. Hiyoko? Oh. I was thinking, like, oh, technically, the killer arrived before Hiyoko. Next to the body. The fucking bottles of water is still just like...
Yeah.
Wow. Wait. No. Mahiru would have met Hiyoko. And then that leaves the mask. All right.
事件の始まりは今朝のことだ。小泉は動機として与えられたトワイライトシンドローム殺人事件をプレイして自分と同じようにゲームの登場人物だった誰かにその内容について相談したかったんだろう。そして西園寺は小泉の誘いに応じ2人は後でゆっくり話をする約束を交わした。だけどそんな2人の約束を聞いていた人物がいた。2人の会話を盗み聞いた犯人はその約束を利用したある殺人計画を思いついた。
But what if the game...
あるものを用意することで
What if the game wasn't non-fiction?
What if it was fiction?
That feels like something a reveal Monokuma would do.
I mean, that would just mean that everyone's motivations in this chapter were meaningless.
Wouldn't that fit the whole thing with the trial?
Yeah.
一方の西園寺には14時ちょうどにビーチハウスへ来てほしいという内容の手紙を送った。そうやって約束の時間を別々にすることで2人をバラバラにビーチハウスへとおびき出したんだ。その手紙にまんまと騙された西園寺は手紙通りに14時にビーチハウスを訪れそこで待ち構えていた犯人によって眠らされてしまったんだ。
Yeah, imagine if all those revealed memories and flashbacks were fake. That would be... that would be pretty... I mean, it would be pretty dumb, honestly. I don't think Danganronpa is the kind of thing that could pull that off.
そんな無防備な小泉に背後から近づいた犯人はある凶器を構えた。あの現場に残ってた金属バットだ。金属バットは小泉の後頭部に振り下ろされ、そこで小泉は息絶えた。積み木の検視によると小泉は即死だったらしいから犯人が誰かもわからないまま殺されたんだろうな。こうして小泉を殺すという目的を達成した犯人はそこから現場の偽装工作を開始したんだ。まず小泉の死体を引きずって移動させその死体で道路側のドアを封鎖してしまった。それと現場に落ちていた仮面もそこで犯人が自ら残したものなんだろうな。理由はわからないけど犯行声明みたいなものなのかもしれない。俺たちが死体を発見した時の状況はこうやって作られたんだ。だけど小泉の死体を動かしたせいで犯人はその返り血を体に付着させてしまった。しかもシャワールームは故障中で水が出ないからそれを洗い流すこともできない。でもそんなことは犯人の想定内だった。I
really don't like being so silent as we are here, but I have no idea what to fucking say to this. It's just kind of just recapping everything, which if you didn't get the trial, is like can be important, but like we just spent 2.5 hours going over this.
Yeah, but like in this case, it's like helping me like piece it all together because like I was lost.
Yeah, whereas like I already know what happened because I've played this game before. Yeah, it's just.
Fuyuhiko have to do with this then, if he's not the killer?
Holding me to assume that we're done.
It's cool to look at.
Yeah, truly some dumbass shit went down this trial. Like, yeah, like the art style here is very good. I do like that.
I think like the only other chapter that would have like maybe elicited the same kind of like reaction from me would have been like chapter 2 of the first game, as far as like killing a character I like and then having it revealed late that another character that I also like happened to be the one who did the killing. But at least like that chapter endeared me to both characters more.
It makes sense. Like, you knew, like, maybe you didn't know everything going in, but, like, with the characters you had been shown, it didn't, like, stand out as anything particularly egregious.
Whereas, like, with what I don't feel like... I'm just kind of confused with Peko right now. Because like if it had been Fuyuhiko, I would have understood at least like, okay, Fuyuhiko is a bastard. We're done here. Especially because the motive isn't tied to Peko, or like I guess it is, you know, this like vague idea of justice.
Yeah, like Mahiru was friends with someone who committed murder, so she needs to die. But also it's just like, this trial, like, the whole point is that Mahiru had this connection to the death of Fuyuhiko's sister. Which, like, so that just means that, like, this was intended to kill Mahiru. Right?
Yeah, because I can't think of anybody else it would have been intended for. But then it's like, but why Peko? I mean, like, I guess it's less predictable if it's Peko, but...
sometimes stories are predictable because that's what makes sense.
Because, like, there's, I guess, a way that, you know, they could have... Not saying that it would have made me sympathetic for Fuyuhiko, but the idea that, like, oh, this person was complicit in, you know, my sister's death, as far as I'm aware. You know, there's, like, something there. And I don't want to say that there's nothing to what Peko's saying. I just must not be... It must not be clicking with me. Or maybe there's more.
Oh yeah, no, there is more going on here.
Mikan is me.
では担当直入に言おう。お前たちには 正義を執行してもらう。私という正義を生き延びさせるために自分の命を諦めるのだ。
Unless, like, maybe this is trying to say something about, like, the nature of justice. That, like, justice can be arbitrary and...
I don't think the game knows what it's doing here. I think it's just like, let's do something weird. And that's why, like, the fucking emojis and stuff.
I don't feel like it would do... I mean, as, like, the key turning point in a class trial, I don't feel like they would do something weird just for the sake of being weird.
It's still early, though. Pekayama is the black end.
Thank you, Sonia.
I love that introduction.
Yeah.
It's like... So why is Peko interrupting? Or not Peko, why is Sonia interrupting?
Well, I mean, especially if she, like, idolizes, or not idolizes, but has, like, studied this person, and if there's something about Peko's actions that are,
out of place,
not in line with what she's aware of. That's what enthusiast means, Kazuichi.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ibuki. A difference?
ソニアさんはキラキラちゃんについて以前こんな風に言ってたんだよ。
正義で貫く正義のど真ん中、闇夜に輝くと正義一番星。人呼んでキラキラちゃんとは私のことだ。
Is she sparkling justice? Only one person who has interviewed them? Did she mistranslate it? Or, like, what are they gonna... Nationality? Okay.
そうだ。あの時のソニアの言葉からすると、
あの雑誌にその時のレポートが原文で載っていたので、私がそれを訳してみたのです。
訳してみたってことは、
Wouldn't be written in Japanese.
Yeah.
Because they speak Japanese. Because they're Japanese.
Like, I guess it makes more sense if you're playing this with the English dub.
Yeah, but it's still just like, they are Japanese.
Yeah.
ですからそこに載っていたキラキラちゃんのセリフも間違いなくスペイン語で、つまりキラキラちゃんと遭遇したジャーナリストもそしてキラキラちゃん自体も
So the journalist is actually... Wait, what? I don't know what that emoji is.
It's eyes crossed out for like confusion or something like that.
Hmm.
猫山、お前はキラキラちゃんなんかじゃない。そのはずがないんだ。
それでも自分のキラキラちゃんって言ってるんだけど今の決め台詞を今度はスペイン語で言ってもらえるかな。
お前にそれができるのか。
どうやらこの仮面の剥がれる時が来たようだな。
Mask off.
The mask that you just put on like 30 minutes ago, maybe?
だがそれでいい。私にとってはもう必要ない。
Right, you watch Love Live, right, Mathwiz?
今頃気づいたところで。
Yeah, but I haven't seen Nijigaku.
I
still need to finish. I still need to finish Sunshine season 2.
I have contentious takes on Rina.
Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do that.
Nice CG.
道具としての役割はもうすべて完了しているのだから。
Okay, but if you were a tool, why the fuck did you need to do the sparkling justice thing? What?
Because so much in this trial has no meaning other than to obfuscate the issue.
今の私と同じようにな。
So did she put the mask there?
なんだよそれ。用済みとか手遅れとかどういう意味だ。
すでに投票を終えた今となってはという意味だ。
おい、はっきりせえか。こっちはお前さんの目的を聞いておるんじゃぞ。
目的などあるわけがない。私はただの道具に過ぎないのだからな。
Okay, this makes more sense than...
道具ってどういう意味なんですか。
猫山さんが道具ってことはさ、つまりその道具を使った人が他にいるってことだよね。
当然だろう。道具は道具だけでは何もできない。
This sucks.
I'm not sure I agree.
I hate this.
まあなんとなくそんな気がしてたんだけどね。
Describing Rina as an Ibuki Chiaki fusion feels really wrong. I can see what you mean, but
つまり殺人現場になったビーチハウスには猫山さんと西園寺さん以外の別の誰かがいたんだ。
別の誰か。
ほら、それを裏付ける根拠だってあったはずだよ。よく思い出してみてよ。
Ah, the proof that there was one more person. Let's see. The surfboard case? Oh, no, the body discovery announcement.
そうか。それって死体発見アナウンスのことを言ってるのか。うん、そうだよ。だってさっきモノクロが言ってたでしょ。
This wasn't quite how I thought that their dynamic would play out, but it's in line with where I had an idea of where it would go. Unless I'm wrong about Fuyuhiko more?
you might be. I'm just gonna say I hate this twist.
犯人であるペコ山さんは含まれていない。
Like,
だとすると死体を発見したのは西園寺さんと相田君だけってことになるけど。
I think it's an awful twist.
And the one person is not Fuyuhiko?
となれば必然的にあの場にはもう一人いたということになる。
しかも
Well, then who was she a tool for?
I suspect you're overthinking things.
いやそうじゃない
ちょっと
ああ根本的な考え方からして間違っているな言ったはずだぞ私は道具だとつまり私はそのお方に使われるだけのただの道具でしかないのだ
Which would be Fuyuhiko, right?
Well, you're gonna get a chance to guess.
今回の事件において誰よりも強烈な動機を持っていたあの人のことだよね
Yeah, it has to be. There's... Because if it's not him, I have no clue. Okay.
クズリュウのことか
そっかここでようやくつながるんだね今回の動機と今回の事件
Pekko could have been a really cool character.
This is where... I guess this is an interesting disagreement we're gonna have then. Because I don't hate the idea of her thinking that she's just a tool.
I think it's interesting, and we can talk more about this after the stream. Because, I have other thoughts on it, but it's just like... Whatever good comes of it, I just hate Fuyuhiko.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair.
Like, the series as a whole would be better for me if Fuyuhiko did not exist.
Oh. Yeah, I was like, what are the truth bullets? Events occurred in real life. And there's proof. Oh, I guess... Yeah, entrance hall photo?
No.
Crime scene photo, I guess?
Nope.
Actually, there are a lot of truth bullets we haven't used yet, it looks like.
We used these earlier.
Did we?
When we were talking about the game.
Oh. Proof that it happened in real life. And it's not this?
No. It's
the events that occurred in the game should have definitely occurred in real life. There's overwhelming proof of that.
It's the prize.
Oh.
これで証明できる小泉の殺人に関係ないならそこまでして確かめる必要ないって思ってたけどあのゲームは間違いなく現実でも起きてたんだそれはクリア特典を見れば明らかだったんだよ
Because those photos were a part of the ending prize.
Okay.
ゲームの画面なんかじゃなかったどれも
I was on the right track at least. Yeah, I can definitely see why you would be disappointed with Pekko as having that connection to Fuyuhiko, absolutely. Especially because, like, how I had mentioned it earlier, how, like, the motive was for him, and he didn't even...
I mean, like, as I have been saying this entire time, Fuyuhiko is the killer. But we'll get into that. Not even before the stream is over.
そんな風に自分の妹の死体写真を見せつけられたらさすがに信じるしかなくなっちゃうよねそれでもその事実を否定したくてその確認のために写真を小泉さんに送りつけたんだね
Also, I think the thing about Rina, like, that was a few minutes ago, but I don't even know if Chiaki is like especially tech smart. Like, she's a gamer, but not all gamers are tech smart, you know, not everyone can build their own computer. And like, as the Ultimate Gamer, Chiaki probably would be able to like do stuff like that, but like that's not to say like that's something like inherent to her.
Oh, okay. I, at the very least, like, understand, like, how Peko factors into this now. Like, that the motive is not for her, and that is why it was her. Because she is a tool. She doesn't do things out of, like, personal, vendetta or anything. Which, there's still a lot about this I don't understand. Like, why did she have to do the Sparkling Justice thing?
That was to further obfuscate the trial.
And yeah, here it is, that it was Fuyuhiko.
Yeah, as I've been saying this whole time, it was Fuyuhiko.
What? They had a connection all along? Probably not according to Monokuma, though.
Yeah, so I hate this trial, as I have said many times before. I think the bit that's about to happen is I think that's at least interesting.
I see that 50 points, and I'm like, that's why I ran out of time, huh? Only 78 coins as opposed to like the 90-something I got before. Very sad. See, yeah, because there are two ways that this could play out, and I think I know what the game is gonna do. But like, it would be interesting, like Pekoyama acting as a tool, and though like, say Fuyuhiko is the one who gets executed, then she's somehow like failing in that, or she has to come to terms with that, which is like something the game can work with. But I guess it would then be like, why would they kill Fuyuhiko and not her? Did she mess up in like her, being a tool for him, or so like I could see it playing out both ways and how the game would justify it. And it's like, one is they kill the player or the character we don't like, or they kill the character that is kind of like interesting, has potential.
Yeah.
There are people who only exist to be tools. So she's a Naruto character.
Is that a thing in Naruto?
She really was a shinobi. She really was a ninja.
I see.
Like, the idea of characters being tools is it's an ideology that Naruto over the course of the series, like, goes against, but it is a very, it's like one of the core things that he seeks to, like, refute.
Yeah.
You didn't think of that in Naruto? Have you ever watched my Talk No Jutsu video? The very first section talks about Haku and the Land of Waves and talks about that very idea. A band. I mean, like, yeah, obviously this is, like, not a good ideology to have on, like, Pekko's part.
Yeah.
So it's, like, not that I agree with the ideology, but, like, I can see how she is an interesting, flawed character.
坊ちゃんが襲われれば盾となって守り、坊ちゃんが殺意を抱けば剣となって殺す。
But it's also, like... So they brought two people into the killing game who already had a pre-established connection.
そのためだけに生きる権利を与えられたのだ。私は人間である前に。
I definitely will have to think more on this, because, like, even if there are things about this trial that I dislike, there are, like, things that I find interesting here. But I don't know if it's quite the same as, like, Chapter 2 of Danganronpa 1, where it's, like, the good outweighs the bad. I think right now it's a little more
someone in my
split.
chat pointed out, they did the same thing with Sayaka and Makoto. Only just, like, they didn't have such a connection. But the connection was still there.
True, true. All that time we spent together?
なんでもない。
Huh?
Just, like, spent on the island together.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought it meant more specifically as, like, her, like, obsession
People
with
do
serial
ship
killers.
that, yes.
Well, okay, so I guess that means that the serial killer hasn't been revealed yet, because it's not her? Because it was she was faking it?
Well, Sparkling Justice is Spanish, so they're probably not going to make an appearance in this.
Oh, so that was it.
Anyway, by the way, Pekko and Fuyuhiko is the 8th most popular Danganronpa ship.
Yeesh. I understand why, but it's, like, not good.
Yeah. I mean, I
Unless-
think Pekko is aromantic.
Yeah.
But even so, it's a bad ship.
Like, I guess I could see somebody writing a, more wholesome version of this, where it's like, hey, Pekko, you can't just be a tool for people. Please stop. But...
Everyone knows the only Pekko couple worth talking about is Pekko Ibuki. I mean, that's a decent ship. I think my problem is that, Ibuki just doesn't have great ships, and that's part of that.
But then...
だからよ。
だけど。
おやおや？ あれ？でも。
Part of me is also still kind of, like, trying to find a way to tie this into the trust thing. Which is something I'll probably just think about later.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, this does, like, tie into other stuff in the game. I just don't think it does that well.
She did have a line there at the very end, which is like, there's always tomorrow, which could maybe tie into the thing with, like, future. So, like, in this case, she was saying, like, oh, you know, it's okay if I don't deal with this now. We can deal with it later. But, I mean, bit of a reach, maybe. I don't know.
でもね
何それ。
Yeah, I think my biggest issue with this like reveal is that it's not good storytelling.
Wait, the thing about her being a tool?
Yeah, and
what?
like her connection to Fuyuhiko.
I'd argue that it's the most interesting piece of storytelling in this whole trial, whereas everything else was kind of.
That's not saying much, though. Like,
well, no, it I guess, yeah, fair enough.
But it's like, because there was also just like the foreshadowing that this would happen in the first chapter.
Oh.
Well, yeah, I mean, you just like you picked up on that they had a dynamic.
Okay. I see.
I don't know, I feel like this is just like the worst way to go about this twist, so even the parts of it that I find interesting, I like just don't really care about. And like, well, really, or rather, the parts that I find interesting, I think are better done in fanfiction.
でもどうして。
うっせえんだよ。
何言ってんのよ。
まったくよ。
Yeah, so it doesn't seem like there's much to salvage out of Fuyuhiko here. So it wasn't that he told her to do it, she just did it? Because they seem to say that he called her, but is that really what happened? Character's just telling Monokuma to shut up, and he's like, okay.
Yeah, Pekka was the one who actually, like, went through with the action, but it had been premeditated.
So, yeah, I definitely don't like this. If this is the explanation for why she did that, she's just like, oh, I'll just act like a crazy person and play on people's stereotypes of, like, crazy people are evil.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. It's bad. Like, this whole trial is very frequently bad.
Because, like, it is saying that, like, everybody rushed to make that vote on her because, like, she was acting like that. And instead of, like, anything else?
Instead of the fact that she had literally confessed to it. It's saying that, like, that's why. But, like, she had confessed to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the real killer. Fuyuhiko is definitely the guilty party here. Like, I actually think that Fuyuhiko is guilty here. And,
It's, like, my brain is definitely tossing around the idea that, like, she did her... Because, like, the thing is, if she fulfilled her role as a tool perfectly and they kill her and Fuyuhiko isn't able to escape, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to like connect the dots between like, you know, like a character screwing up their purpose and thus like failing in some way for that, which I like. But with every way I seem to rationalize this, it's either she was a perfect tool and is going to be killed for like or she messed up somehow and wasn't a perfect tool, and then I would think like it would make more sense for like Fuyuhiko to die, as in like she, you know, she wasn't a tool, she had this like sense of hope. And I think I'm just not like, I'm not processing this properly.
It's just, it's not a great trial.
Because now they're saying that like she wasn't actually a tool to the end, that she had hope and stuff.
It's trying to raise, like, it thinks it's being smarter and like more philosophical than it is. It's like, oh, I'm so clever.
It might just be that I'm like jumping to conclusions, because like it keeps feeling like the game will say something and I'm like, oh, okay, I get this, and then like it almost like doubles back on it, and then I'm like, wait, I'm not sure if I get this anymore. Oh, is he gonna say that he didn't actually want her to die? Sacrifice the lives of everyone. I guess the despair part of it is going to be like, oh, I didn't actually want to sacrifice you, but I'm going to lose you now.
It's... So it's basically like, it comes down to, is Fuyuhiko willing to like write her off as a tool, or does he see her as more? Which is like, okay, there is something there, but. This is the salvageable part of the trial, IMO. Yeah, no, I feel like of anything, the relationship between Fuyuhiko and Peko has like, you can get something from this. You know, it's bad in its current form, but I don't think it's inherently bad, and I think that in the hands of a more competent writer, you could have gotten something interesting here. But as is, it's not great. But then it's like, everything else is just kind of like, so much of this trial is pointless. There's no meaning. And it's just frustrating.
悪い。
おっちゃん、
情けねえ。ペコ。
おっちゃん。
残念。
Yeah, and I also think that, like, at this point in the trial, there's, like, two ways that it could have gone. Like, Fuyuhiko could have, you know, as they seem to be doing, that he's, like, being more sympathetic and, like, oh, I didn't actually want you to do this. As opposed to, like, he could have doubled down and been like, yes, you know, this is what I wanted you to do. You are my tool. And it's a matter of, like, where do they want to put, I guess, like, the characterization with?
They want him to be a remorseful soft boy who doesn't actually make up for any of his actions, but gets to be redeemed anyway. I fucking hate Fuyuhiko, and it's only gonna get worse from here. Because, boy, they don't handle him well going forward. Like, God. He is an awful character. The game would be better without him. Fuyuhiko does not deserve to be forgiven. At the very least, he doesn't deserve to be forgiven easily.
I mean, at the very least, we do know that he killed Sato.
Yeah, that too. Like, he has killed at least one person, and as pointed out in chat, he's getting two other women killed for his man pain arc.
Yeah,
and it's just kind of like, it's like the game going forward will care much more about Fuyuhiko's feelings about this trial than it does about Hyoko's.
Oh, that's
sucks.
Not. Yeah, at the very least, they could balance it out, and you know,
they do give some nods to Hyoko. Like, her grief isn't entirely forgotten, but it feels like that was more of an afterthought compared to Fuyuhiko. And it's just like, this comes down to writing more than anything, because it's just like poorly written. This is bad storytelling.
Very nice of you to only bring this up now, Fuyuhiko. Gotta get that Zetsubo.
Yeah, and now it's time to push them as a ship, because they need to be hetero.
Very sad.
I still think he's a piece of shit.
I mean, I certainly am not, like, I don't really have, like, much of an opinion on him, I think, even after this. Like, I don't like him because of this, but,
Chapter 3 will be doing things.
One-woman army. Well, that's over.
Yup. I like to think about what could have been in that execution.
Wait, did they actually kill Fuyuhiko? Surely not. Sure is easy for Komaida's ideology to just be like, okay, this is bad, this is a bad moment, not a good look, but we can overcome this despair, because hope.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like every time he's wrong, he's like, but I'll be right eventually.
Yeah, it's... I mean, it's a very, like, apocalypse cult mentality, almost.
Mm-hmm. It's not, the one thing, yeah, I can at least say is it's not nihilistic, because, like, even if he just kind of brushes aside the despair, he's always like, you know, something hopeful will come from this.
Uh-huh.
So at the very least, he's not like, man, the world sucks and everything is despair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like you could definitely get, like, a religious ideology from his, like, worldview. I've been reading a book about Shinrikyo. And so I just have like that sort of like apocalypse cult thing in mind.
I mean, you don't have to. I didn't even think that was the real Fuyuhiko that she cut.
It was just a part of Pekko's despair.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So when they were like, oh my god, Fuyuhiko's dead, I'm like, yeah, where is he really?
He was actually in the execution.
Interesting.
Like, God, think about what could have been. Yeah, serves him right. Like, piece of shit.
School trip rules? They alone will be executed.
Oh.
Aww.
Yeah. This is the only time we get to see someone interfering with an execution, too. Which is kind of Cool in principle, bad in practice, because he should have actually died.
至急この患者をモノクマ救命センター24時に搬送します。そんじゃまたね。
Alright, alter ego too. Because she stops Makoto's execution.
こんちくしょう。
ですが
Oh, I assume that you can't sub because I'm not even like, you know, what's the other thing? Not a partner, but the other affiliate. Yeah, like
I mean,
I'm not either of those.
You can follow. You can at least follow.
But yeah, so I would assume that's why you can't subscribe, is because, like, I think it would be more specifically, like, I don't have payment information linked or whatever for, like, tax stuff. So, like, I would not be allowed to receive money from Twitch, I guess?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe one of these days I'll actually, like, work with that.
That reminds me that I still need to set up a business PayPal for Streamlabs donations.
Oh, that's right, this timer.
Yup. So that was a bad trial. That was a very bad trial.
What?
見えてるんですよね。このカウントダウンも見えてるんですよね。
Monami?
4人もかけちゃいましたよ。せっかく用意した奇遇のかけらも集めることができなくなってしまいました。
So apparently for affiliate, it's 50 followers, 8 hours of streams, 5 days, 3 average viewers over 30 days. That seems easily achievable.
Yeah, I already have.
Okay.
I just haven't gone through with filling it out.
Okay.
Because I thought, like, maybe I could get, like... At the time, I wasn't really sure what I'd be doing with this, so I thought, like, maybe I could just wait until I get to, like, the partner, stuff. But that's an average of, like, 75 viewers, which is, nowhere... Yeah, that's nowhere near where I am. So, maybe at some point along the line, I will actually, figure that out. The resurrection of the ultimate despair? Wait, are they gonna bring back Junko?
Junko is the mastermind.
Let's go!
Junko, the 16th student, the one lying in this island.
I think you mean the 17th student in this case.
No, she's the 16th student.
One of these characters isn't real?
Okay, the Junko thing was a bit, but yes, one of them is fake.
Alright, so that's chapter 2.
So that was a fucking
done.
stream.
It's over.
Boy, stuff
we
really
can
happened,
leave it behind. We don't have to think about it again.
Yup.
It's over.
I don't know. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Can't wait for chapter 3.
Anyway, I'm gonna go. Bye.